Test 1, 2. There we go. That's good.
Live from the basement of the men's weight room at the NCAA tournament in Indianapolis, this is the Basement Benchwarmers podcast.
You listen to the Basement Benchwarmers podcast. We are live on Monday night, but you can't see us, so that's cool. No, I'm just kidding. We're right here. Basement Benchwarmers podcast. So the NCAA tournament's on its way. March Madness has begun. We're in the basement of the weight room. It's really big, the weight room. So let's start out how we always start out. Well, we've got Eric here, Ed, Glenn, and Willie, and Hop is in studio, special guest. You can kind of see his hand. There he is. So let's start out like I always do. What did you do this past week, Ed?
I was just going to say, can you imagine if we were still in the old studio with all of us in there? Oh, my God, in this weight room? Yeah. Ownerville.
That's what she said.
Anyways, did you guys notice how early I got here today? I'm turning over a new leaf. I knew there were stairs here, so I took my time and I concentrated on not falling more than 3 times going down the stairs. I just wanted to make sure.
Okay. That is good. Eric?
I had a good weekend. It was little man Logan's birthday on Friday, and Saturday he won the
So you named it?
little man Logan.
Oh, I thought we were talking about
Oh, I got
Hey,
you.
well, that was the last time I ever saw anything.
Nice. So that would be my son Logan's birthday on Friday. Saturday they repeated as champs, Boys and Girls Club basketball champs again. So
okay.
Yeah, and it was a good weekend. But I mean, guys, how about this tournament though? I mean, my bracket's as busted as Deshaun Watson right now. It's crazy.
we'll get to him. Hey, real quick, I just want to say we got a couple people. Cam Crable's listening, and also guess who's back? Miguel. Yeah,
Miguel. That's right.
Miguel.
Yeso.
Yep. Miguel's back, and so is Cam. Cam, how you guys doing there here so far? I'm sorry. Glenn, what'd you do this past week?
So this show has made me realize I have no social life because you guys always have something interesting that you did over the week, and I have nothing.
No.
You thought what I did was interesting?
Awkward.
And I'll see you guys later. Yeah, it's been
well, it wasn't a little man Glenn's birthday this weekend.
No, that was last weekend.
Every weekend's little man Glenn's weekend.
We celebrate alone though.
It's the best way to do it.
Yeah, just hold hands.
Just hold something.
Willie, what'd you do this past weekend?
I went and participated in a super spreader event this weekend. So
what was it?
The state dartball tournament.
Dartball.
Nine-man tournament. So,
is Willie ever going to play a sport again, or does he just keep playing these cubes and dart balls? And
since Hop's here, did you do anything exciting this past weekend?
I did. I won a Golden Tee championship.
And again, any real sports?
Oh, I golfed today too.
Oh, there
9
you
holes. Shot
9
49. So
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Again, any real sports?
How many holes?
Not as many as little Logan.
That's what she said.
Little man, Logan.
Little man.
So anyway, so I want to start off with the first thing I want to start off with tonight is the weight room controversy in Indianapolis. Women's sports, men's sports. It's been a hot topic for years, and I just want to get your perspective on this. I understand. I did see the pictures, and it's pretty disparaging. But the couple things I want to bring up, and I'm not bashing this. I mean, a couple of us here. Well, we all have had daughters that played sports here. All of us for Ed and Hop. But the thing I'm going to point out here is that the NCAA men's basketball, they bring in, with the rights to everything that's going on, is $1.1 billion annually to the NCAA. Women's sports bring in around $500 million. That's part of the contract included. That's part of the ESPN coverage of everything. So it's kind of lumped in together. Now I'm not saying anything up or bad or good about it, but I've got an analogy for it. I've got a thing to put out there. What do you think the men's cross country team gets at Duke? What do you think the men's swimming team gets at these? I mean, the two sports we all know, the bread is butter in football and basketball. That's it. If it wasn't for those two sports, the other sports would not happen. Correct?
Stanford Wrestling just had a dude that won, and they had to fundraise for him to be in the national championship.
Yeah.
Because they canceled his sport because of COVID, and they didn't have the money for it. And I'll add one other thing. Sorry. No bad. I tapped in.
No, Willie's jingling again.
Oh, is Scott chewing gum?
Hey, it was spit out. Not this week.
Hey, so don't just put it on the NCAA. There was females in charge of setting up all the weight rooms. It wasn't the men who decided to set up the weight rooms that way. It was women in charge of making those decisions.
Okay.
And Hop, you were in the end. You played on an NCAA team as well as I did. Do you remember all the locker rooms or all the dugouts or being exactly the same, or were there some discrepancies? Ours was a dump. No, until after I left. I
mean, as I left college, they had to have on-campus softball instead of off-campus softball, and it was like off-campus softball was like a mile away, and Winona was a small campus, so it'd be the same as Carthage. Carthage tennis is basically off campus, right?
Yeah, and
that tennis complex is basically off campus.
Yeah, you got to walk across the highway and down the street a little bit. The softball fields
nobody cares when they walk to Summer's house, but
yeah, that's on the way. that new softball field's actually in the parking lot where I used to park. So I mean,
yeah, I think that's on campus. The new softball field.
It's right at the end, right in the corner.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But nice campus.
Now the parking's off campus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one of the things that everybody. I mean, it's all about Title IX and on campus.
But people don't understand the vision. That's cool. A lot of that's come from donors. They don't get
all of it.
They're not getting the Division I, the influx of cash they get from this stuff.
Yeah, what was your number?
Comes from donors, though. That's how.
Yeah.
Who else? Who just got bought out?
It's all fundraising under
Archie Miller just got bought out, and Indiana had to put a statement out that said he got bought out not because of money from the university, but from donors. Because he got bought out when he got fired. When he got fired, that's how they all pay buyouts. That's college football too.
Happens in Texas all the time, right?
What was the number discrepancy again? You said like how many billions?
1.1 billion to, and that's just basketball.
Into
$500 million, a 14-year, $500 million deal, which covers a whole ESPN thing. So it's including women's basketball in there.
So it's quite a bit lower than.
Yeah, and the thing I was thinking about too. Now, when it comes to equal pay, that's a totally different thing in the workplace. If you're a woman working as a lawyer and a man, and you're doing the same amount of cases, same whatever on wins, I guess, whatever or you're a DA of a city, the woman should make the same as the man ahead of her. It doesn't matter. I'm not saying that.
Which they do.
They should, and all this stuff should be the same. But I mean, it's kind of like every time I see this stuff, I think about this. Okay, so guys, want to open a hamburger place tomorrow? Let's say I want a hamburger place. In a week, we're going to go. we want to make as much as McDonald's.
Spot or big?
No, I'm just saying we want to make as much McDonald's because we're a hamburger place. We're a hamburger place too.
Yeah.
So I want McDonald's. I want to have as many franchises as I have with my burger place. I want to have this, and this because I deserve it because I have a hamburger place. Kind of conceptually.
Well, it's equity, equality.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, it's not how it is, and I'm not knocking anything because, to be honest, if you go to North Carolina and play women's soccer, you have nice facilities. I mean, it depends where you go, kind of too. I mean, they were just talking the other day about with women's soccer internationally, U.S. women's, men's. In the last couple of years, it just became where the women are just like make like $1 million worth more than the men, and they were making less, and that's wrong. That's totally wrong. I mean, that is totally wrong. I mean, they're actually bringing in just as much as the men. It should be the same, or if they're whatever. You know what I'm saying?
And they've been more successful than the men in that situation.
And it took them that long to catch up, though. That's the problem. They were been successful since. Yeah. She pulled her shirt off. Brandon Chastain pulled her shirt off, and they won that. And that was a while back. And they just caught up like in 2018.
Hey, Willie, you know a D1 soccer player?
Yeah.
You know somebody who's got access to legit facilities? I mean, I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know if you talked to her lately.
No,
I
haven't talked about that at all. But I'd be curious. I'll see her this next weekend.
But how'd it go when you were trying to watch her play soccer, and with COVID protocols, and she got pushed around to lesser facilities, etc.
They're like prisoners. I was talking to her mom the other day. You know, they have to stay in their hotel. They get tested 7 times a week, or 8 times a week. You know, and then they get twice on game day, right before they start the game and stuff like that. So I mean, it's not as bad as other places, I guess. But I mean, and I'm just reading here about some of these tests that they're using for the men and what they're using for the women. You know, using the antigen for the women, which is not as accurate as they're using the PCR or whatever it is for the men. And just look at
Can you spell that one for me?
Antigen?
No, PCR.
PCR or something.
You were struggling a little there.
Hey, I will say this. When I played, I knew many of the female athletes, and they had access to what they needed to.
Player.
Yeah, no, not that. I won't say
hop
anything.
in the hen house.
No.
Eric hasn't said nothing in 10 minutes.
I wasn't gonna say cock.
There's too many jokes to go around because most female athletes, well,
yeah,
sure. Ed knows this.
Where was so the men are in Indianapolis, all the games, right? And the women are playing where?
I don't even know.
San Antonio.
Oh, okay, there's San Antonio.
But does San Antonio have the same
better city?
I don't know. Would they have the same type of facilities even as Indianapolis, who's hosted Super Bowls and NCAA finals repeatedly?
Well, San Antonio's had the NCAA finals. San Antonio's had the finals there. Yeah, they had it there. Yeah.
So,
but
and they've done bowl games there and stuff, and the Alamo Bowl or Alamo Dome, whatever else.
Yeah, but what are the venues that they're playing in? They got to be small venues like.
Well, probably where Spurs play, probably Alamo Dome.
They're playing in the Alamo Dome.
I'm sure they're doing courts like which I'm kind of gonna step back when I said you think there was place to put them.
There's 2 courts at Lucas Oil that they're playing in right now.
Yeah. So that's plenty of room to put courts in.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough. Like I said, I'm going to go back to what I said. There was decisions made. It wasn't just men making decisions about how the women's facilities looked.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody was pushing it as is, oh, hey, look, a bunch of men made the decisions on the women's facilities.
Right. And if you look, I mean, the weight rooms, there was a discrepancy, but the women's kitchen was unbelievable. Sorry, I couldn't help it.
I'm out. Yeah, maybe we get some more of these transgender players. They'll get better facilities because they're men.
Now there's going to be a third. Now you're going to have a third facility in there somewhere eventually.
That's bullshit that the guys didn't get good kitchens.
Jesus.
What about the aprons? Were they embroidered?
It was a joke.
Oh, okay.
Hop's gone. He can't handle.
He's doing it. He walks in front of the camera.
Yeah. Winks twice.
Real professional. Who invited him?
Yeah.
So anyway, on tonight's show, we're out of that, I guess. So on tonight's show,
you want to talk? It's National Women's Month. What do we got?
Good topic.
Deshaun Watson.
That's coming up. This week we've got Beer of the Week. Also, we've got Willie's got Where Are They Now? Our fan poll this week was favorite small venue for a concert and who you saw there. Our snake draft is going to be best foreign-born NBA player of all time players, whatever. We're going to name a draft of them. And Mount Rushmore this week is the NL Central. Also, we have some random thoughts. Hop is here tonight to talk a little baseball. We'll talk a little about the NBA, and we're going to talk about the NCAA tournament going on right now as we speak. So let's start out with
Hey, we're in the basement. You got to drink.
It's happy hour with the basement benchwarmers.
So
let's have some bourbon, okay?
The first thing I want to bring up and want to talk about is let's see. Here we go. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the new TV deal, NFL TV deal came out, and kind of it's leaning toward, I'm gonna say, the death of cable. They're putting games on Amazon Prime now. They're going to actually have a game on ESPN Plus now, which means you have to pay extra for it, basically. The rumor is in a couple of years, the NFL is not going to re-up with DirecTV. It will not have the NFL package ticket anymore. It'll just be through all these different types of what do you call them?
Subscription services.
Yeah, services.
So
Yeah.
like Hulu,
Yeah. So we're looking at different ones. Like I said, Amazon is part of it. Obviously, CBS has the Paramount Plus. Disney carries ESPN Plus. NBC has Peacock.
That's what she said.
And Fox is part of Tubi. I believe that's TUBI.
Yep.
So you're lining yourself up to not have anything on TV anymore. On over-the-air TV, it'll just be through streaming services.
So if, say, you're a Packer fan,
Mhm.
you would have to have every one of those streaming services. It's going to be random, or
Yeah, and I don't know if they're gonna run away from the whole over-the-air antenna stuff. I mean, they're not gonna. Cable ain't going away like tomorrow, but it's gonna phase itself out eventually. I think it's gonna be weird.
Well, won't this it'll be a benefit for you then to get NFL ticket, right? So that you have access
be
to
gone.
They're getting rid of it.
Oh, they're going to get rid of
Yeah,
it.
2022, the contract's up, and they believe they're not going to re-up. They're not going to have that anymore.
So what Ed just said is true. Then you have to subscribe to everything in order to follow your team.
Once a week.
It depends.
No, what's
They're
the pirate guy? You're going to pirate it, right?
No, you'll never get rid of over the air, which is Fox, CBS, ABC, ESPN will still have. I'm sorry, ESPN is cable. My bad.
Yep.
NBC. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Willie. They'll still have the games because you will truly lose your fan base or your whole model. But Sunday Ticket is going away in 2022, might be picked up as part of ESPN Plus, which they'll move it up for that price. Amazon will still have streaming, but look at how it goes now. NFL Network, when they have games, if you don't have cable, what do you watch it on?
Well, Amazon Prime's going to carry all Thursday night games.
Right.
They are.
So-
So Amazon Prime's going to have Thursday nights. Tubi's going to have
it's
Saturday night games.
Well,
it's all 2023.
Yeah, but they're moving that way.
Ed, your favorite thing, the
Sort of.
game's going to be back on Nickelodeon.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. So NFL Network,
Sure.
not every week, but sometimes they're on Fox as well.
Well, because when the Packers, going back to your Packers, because you guys are Packer guys, when the Packers are on ESPN on Monday Night Football, what do they figure out how to work it so that they're on ABC, because ABC is part of ESPN.
The thing I'm seeing here, they are talking about that. Cord cutting is no longer cheap. If an NFL fan wanted to walk away from cable, they have to buy 5 services.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
So,
Facts.
But you're still going to get
may-
your regular Sunday games the way it's
yeah,
sounding.
but maybe this will bring down the cost of cable. Possibly, you never know.
Well, that's fine. And then
Yeah.
I'll subscribe to cable. But that's the same crap that they did with base. I can't watch.
Yeah,
I
baseball.
can't watch the Cubs because I don't have the marquee network. Because I stream on Hulu Live, and I don't have anything. I don't have anything, any way of watching it. Same thing with the Bucks. I can't watch the Bucks right now, unless they're on TNT or ESPN.
Well, that was Sinclair screwing everybody.
Yeah. So is this going to keep going on? Everybody screws. It's like you in the hen house. Everybody's getting screwed.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
And
Apparently, it was a college player.
and what's crazy is the reason we're all Cubs fans is because WGN was free and
Yeah.
put every game on every single day.
So you could come home
Got
from
this
school and watch. Yeah.
Yep. and then you'd come home to see the 6th, 7th, and 8th, and then get to hear Harry Carey all drunk by that time.
The model's going to mess itself up because as much as everybody wants to have cable, you're going to mess yourself up when you don't let your fans watch what they want to watch.
I agree.
And I'll leave it at that.
I have a
That's
feeling.
true.
I have a feeling, though, I'm going to disagree because I have a feeling that the NFL is not dumb, and they studied the whole Amazon Prime. They studied all this stuff, and they've figured out that the NFL is such a marketable product to people that you'll be able to sell it to a lot. It's not like the NBA or MLB. It's not even close to those. The NFL is a much more marketable product.
Well, haven't their ratings been going down over the past year?
Yeah, because they're stupid.
Yeah, but but this last year the ratings went up, and here's the reason why: nobody could go to games.
You don't sign a $900 billion contract if your ratings are going down. ABC fought to get back in. It's irrelevant to
Tell it to ESPN, who lost all that money on their last 3 big deals.
They didn't. It's irrelevant to the narrative.
Yeah,
you think so?
You buy into the narrative, and they re-upped.
Yep. And the thing is, ABC fought to get in
that
because they want a Super Bowl. They're getting a Super Bowl.
Well,
now
they want to do a mega cast where it's ESPN, ABC, all the ESPN channels.
Yeah.
So that you basically have
all the angles,
24 hours of Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yep.
Pre-game.
Well, it'd be the same as watching a tournament games. You can watch these games and get different angles from the sidelines and stuff. If you championship game, they've tested it before.
ESPN championship.
Yep.
The
college football. And the Super Bowl will be the same way.
Yep.
Same exact way.
Absolutely.
Which is kind of cool. I mean, it's different views if you want all that. I mean, creepy commercial with the Pinocchio kid, just so you know. So anything else about the NFL getting a lot of money?
I just care that Eric gets to watch his Packers on Sunday. That's the most important thing.
But we don't even know that. We don't know yet. So
yeah, just if somebody could give me a roadmap to how I watch, because I can't figure out how to watch the Bucks. I mean, that's pretty cut and dry. I just can't watch them if they're on Fox Sports Wisconsin. I'm done.
They say Monday night double headers will happen at least 3 times.
Yeah, they want Monday night double headers, which I think is cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. I like it. It sucks.
And Monday night games can be flexed.
If I don't care about a game, then I don't have to watch that game. I mean, I can stay up. Yeah, they can flex the games too. Yeah, I've heard that too.
Okay.
So next thing, I've got my first Florida or Ohio for you guys tonight. But the shame you ain't gonna. Well, you have to look this way. I'll turn this for you guys so you can see the screen. Maybe it looks like that. So the first one we got here is going to be. Got to get the picture. There it is. A business closed down in a city. And the reason why it closed down was it's just a business close sign, not that fancy. This next one's funnier. This strip club closed down after it accepted food stamps for lap dances.
Hey, strippers got to eat too.
So a strip club in this town bit off more than can chew, losing its liquor license following an investigation that proved it allowed customers to use food stamps to buy lap dances. Oh, and drugs. I'm sorry.
That might have been.
So agents in the city, over $2,400 worth of food stamps were used to buy dances, along with a variety of drugs, including cocaine, heroin, and everybody's go-to now is fentanyl.
That was in Ybor City. I already know. I was just down there.
So let's go around the table and guess who you think it is. Go ahead, Ed.
Florida.
I'm gonna go Florida.
Hopping Glen, say Florida.
Oh, that's cute.
Ohio.
It is Dayton, Ohio. This happened.
Flying in Dayton. Flying high in Dayton.
After the first 4, they all go over and get some lap dances and had a good time.
For the record, I was going to say Ohio. I swear to God.
That
the
happens.
fentanyl, that should have been.
They just got
Ohio.
caught. That's the problem. I've been to those places. I just didn't have the food stamps.
I'm sure that happens in Florida.
I was trying to make it rain.
Relax,
yeah.
Craft.
With
People in
coupons.
Florida right now go, we can do this better.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They'll amp that shit up.
Right.
So we're moving along here. Let's keep it not keep it in the NFL. Well, I guess we can't even NFL. We're buying drugs and food stamps. So this I made this headline up before the show. Deshaun Watson's facing 10 civil lawsuits. Well, now it's 13. It's gone up. Yeah, it's 13. It's 13 now. Yeah, it moved up.
Well, it was 6 today, so you're really behind on.
Oh yeah, because I got 6 on my notes here.
So the beautiful thing about this is that
I hope there's a happy ending to this story.
Not for her.
So he's on to 13 lawsuits, and after the first few people were like, I should people screwing with him all over. Well, now I don't think people are screwing with him anymore. I think and this all happened in the last like year and a half or so, and in times like these, you're putting your junk on a masseuse's a hand, or you're asking, or you're trying to force her into oral sex, or you're grabbing her vagina, for a better word. And basically one time I think he put his head into her butt. I think one of them.
That's the scientific word, I believe.
Yeah, vagina. That's the word. So this is just all coming out now. And the thing I'm going to say is this, and I'm going to say, thank God the Bears didn't draft him. But I've watched
trade for him.
I've watched specials on this, and it's funny. And most people have watched this. NFL teams have their own. No, and when you watch draft specials, I don't know if you realize how much security goes in these draft picks. They look through their backgrounds, they dive deep, and each team has their own. And now I'm kind of wondering, and obviously no teams will talk about this because they weren't going to say, yeah, but now the Bears were the only team that didn't have him sit down with them. They don't want to even bring them to their facilities. So do these teams know this ahead of time? And we're like, yep, nope, no, thank you. Because remember when the draft happened, Trubisky and Deshaun Watson were the 1-2, and Mahomes was, he's there. And obviously he's the best one of all three. Watson is solid too. Good quarterback, and Trubisky's terrible. But do you think that it possibly was something where they said, you don't think so, Hop? Why not?
I don't. It might have been in his background, but you watch so many guys get shady drafted. Warren Sapp.
Well, I'm gonna put this with the Bears though. A couple years ago, they wanted Kareem Hunt, and the ownership said no.
That
might be.
Hey, that was different. But you watch Tyreek Hill got drafted after,
and Andy's back.
Hey, guess what? Those are two guys on my fantasy football team. Maybe I need to change my team name.
But those are teams. Certain teams wouldn't draft. I bet the Packers are in draft Tariq Hill. The Bears probably won it.
There are teams that
because they had real. Tariq Hill had a terrible past, and he should have been in jail. He got away with last year. He got away with something, and he was in trouble, and all of a sudden it was gone. It was weird. Remember that? You remember that?
Talk about
it wasn't weird. It just they paid some woman money to shut her up. That's the NFL.
But they also shut Kareem Hunt down because they ran Kareem Hunt and Hill weren't more so than probably about 9 months apart.
Here's the difference. And
Kareem Hill was,
and I'm
you're going
to tell you right now too with Watson. Watson's going to be back.
I'm good with
just like Ray Lewis or any of these star players, as long as they're not caught on videotape kicking a woman in the face or beating her head against a elevator door, the NFL's fine with it.
Yeah, but Hunt came back.
I know, but it took him 8 games.
He got suspended, yeah. And Ray Rice got blackballed.
But he
Ray Rice basically
and he was past his prime.
Yeah, that's
the other thing with Rice.
He was like 26.
He was on the edge. He still would have got contracts.
But again, he's a running back, and we've talked about this. They're disposable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But again, if you're not caught on videotape actually doing something, I mean, Michael Vick had dogs murdered, and
yeah, but he went to jail. That's all. Yeah, he couldn't play football anymore.
And he came back.
And he
but the NFL doesn't care about.
But
this
he
stuff.
served his time.
He rehabilitated.
Yeah,
here's the NFL.
He's a stand-up
They're going to do this
guy.
And they're going to tell you how they love women during National Women's Month, even though one of their players has 13 assault charges against them this month.
Yeah. There's plenty of them that have done it. Like, it goes back to breast cancer awareness.
How about Big Ben? I mean, he's another guy.
Penisburger.
Yeah, Rapeless Burger.
Yeah, but he rehabilitated.
That's a joke. That's a joke around fantasy football. Is all of that.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is. They're going to allow it. I mean,
hey Scott, this goes back to why the NFL makes $900 billion because guys don't care about that crap. They just want to watch your teams.
I think the teams don't care because there's that much. There's $900 billion involved.
Hey, Ed, not the teams. Fans don't care.
Yeah, but
did any of us stop? Did any of us stop watching football?
Yeah, I did watch 3 games this year, right at the end. It's the first time in 2 years.
Great, good for you. But like for the most part, people, I said that not sarcastically, but guys don't stop watching it, and it's not. It's
not
us.
I know 20 guys that have.
There's 6 of us. 20.
Well, yeah, I mean, you watch MLB. I mean, we watch MLB still.
Yeah,
they have their problems.
Yeah.
They do the same thing. I mean,
MLB, you get pretty much your career is pretty shot if something like this happened. For sure, if this happened, they'd be gone in Major League Baseball.
I think people are not too. What you're saying though, people are not watching not so much because of stuff like what Deshaun Watson did. It's more about the not standing for the
right.
anthem and all the other views, all the other stances that they take. I think that's what's
I
people,
agree.
not what Deshaun Watson does or Tyreek Hill.
But you know what? Oh, here's the
not
thing.
their social.
Here's the thing, though. I'm gonna
calendar.
agree. You know what? But we should care more about that than about
We should.
whatever.
Oh, you're right.
You're right.
You're absolutely right, Scott.
Actually,
I mean, but I'm not gonna stop watching because of one guy that's not on my team.
we should care
Yeah.
about everything.
I mean,
We should care about it all.
well, you're right. You're right. Yeah, I
That-
agree.
that's all I'm
I
saying.
agree.
If
I
you
agree.
want to take your stance on kneel down, or you want to take your stance on sexual assault, I mean, it goes back. It goes back before Ben Roethlisberger.
And here's the
et
problem.
cetera.
This is what
If you wanna
bothers me
take your
about it.
stance, take your stance. That's all I'm saying. If you're in it for because you like to have fantasy football, you want to watch your team, you have season tickets, like that's all fine. Just accept it and just deal with it. Like there are shitty people.
There
are shitty people in life.
This is our soap
There are
opera.
shitty people in life.
Every industry. Look at the movie industry.
There are
you know,
shitty people
and-
in life, Eric.
Yeah. Thank you.
Not-
Yeah, but the movie industry
not-
is different. NFL, I will say, well,
not,
the NFL,
not just
the
not
NFL
just movie.
the NFL doesn't go around defending the NFL doesn't really defend them, but they kind of turn a blind eye.
Yeah.
Well, these actors and stuff will defend each other to the end.
Mhm.
To the end, they will go to the grave saying, "Me too now, but not anymore because it's this person." What the? I mean, NFL will just turn a blind eye, which is not right either. But at least they don't go, "That's okay."
Kind of like Aaron Rodgers did with Ryan Braun.
Yeah, kind of the same thing.
Oh,
I mean,
I got his back all the
and
way.
then when it happened, no comment. And you know what?
Ryan
He
who?
didn't back him up,
Yeah.
but he's like, I just got to talk about it anymore, which I'm fine with.
Survival of the fittest.
Yeah, I agree.
Exactly.
I agree 100%.
Go back. So we want to go back. We're gonna go back local. Who is the dude? James Lofton. He was accused of raping a chick up in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we'll go to Chimera.
And then they got rid of him.
And then we'll
And
go
they
to
got rid of
Chimera
him too.
And Favre was part of that.
Well,
Yeah, but Favre's Favre. He ain't getting rid of Favre.
but
Let's
I'm
be
just
honest.
saying.
And
I'm just saying,
Chimera
hey,
was kind of past his prime too, so it wasn't like he was.
but
yeah,
It was perfect timing for that.
James Lofton was the first one that was like
Yeah, and then he went to
sort of
Buffalo.
around all of
And
it.
he played in a couple Super Bowls too for them.
Yeah, all I'm saying is that football's people are going to defend across any industry. It goes back into the business industry too. You look at it, it's CEOs and high-powered people get away with whatever they want to get away with. It doesn't
There's
make
been
it right.
people resign last couple years. That's the problem too. We have such a
Wishy-washy.
well, no, it's
hypocritical.
yes.
If
a CEO,
he's doing this,
I'm gonna tell you right
wishy-washy.
now. If the CEO of Nabisco, I don't know if it's male. I'm gonna say it's a male. The CEO of Nabisco got caught with 13 allegations of this. He wouldn't be the CEO of Nabisco tomorrow
No, because
Right.
they have a board.
because they have. I mean, there's.
They have a board and they have to make money.
He would resign, but he would get his golden parachute on the way out.
well, he already had his money, so don't fucking. I mean, don't matter.
No,
He'd
he's got
still-
a
he'd still
he's got a
get it.
severance package.
Yeah.
Not golden shower, Ed. Golden parachute.
Well, who was the guy from was it UPS that got busted, but then returned to the whoever sponsors the Redskins stadium. Right?
FedEx.
Yeah.
But then he went and turned it around on a.
Well,
player,
but he was beaten up on Daniel Schneider then.
Yeah, that's what
He
it was.
came out and was quoted out.
Oh,
We
the
talked
whole
about it,
mascot thing.
which
yeah.
we're like, wait a minute. You're no, Daniel Schneider got in trouble for the
oh,
cheerleader thing. Yeah.
and
And
he
this
had
guy
his
came out,
issues.
he's like, oh, this is wrong. What?
Yeah.
You were busted for this. Shut up. You don't have no room to talk, buddy. You were probably with him. I mean,
My point was, it's kind of a counterpoint to what you were saying. He's a CEO that got busted for this stuff, but nothing happened to him. Kind of got brushed under the carpet a little bit.
no, that's FedEx's fault.
Because the next big story
They
came
have
up, and it took the
The bigger
Well,
you are,
They have a board too, and the board's going to decide.
the more money you have, it's.
I didn't look that up. I had to check about FedEx. I don't know if that guy still has his job.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't think he
Is
does.
it Fred Smith?
I think he spoke when he was
It's a
done.
Smith.
He
Yeah.
came out.
Smith, yeah.
I think he
Fred
came out
Smith
after. He didn't have the job
It was
anymore.
Fred Smith.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah,
Fred Armisen?
No.
Fred Armisen. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was
Well,
all
I could be
Randy.
wrong, but I thought I thought we were talking about. We were talking. And he lost
Yeah,
his
if it
job.
was
which-
Fred Armisen, I'm sure it
he was like from the
great.
cheap seats. He like yelling stuff out. It's like I
So
don't know.
Here's why my question is: why does Deshaun think that's okay?
That's a good point.
We all know that he didn't have a great upbringing.
Yeah.
He got
because
that-
he's
he
an
got that-
egomaniac. That's why.
You know,
Did
he grew
he-
up with a father out most of his life.
Did he never see Twitter? There's a pound sign Me
So-
Too thing on there.
Yeah, that's the problem I have with it. It's not like it's the 1950s or 60s. Not that it was right then, but it's like you've seen this go on for the last 3 or 4 years. People, you get caught, you're done. and maybe he thinks he's not done, like Ed's saying, but it's going to affect a lot.
Be back.
I mean, it's going to affect what's going on. He may get cut.
He wants to.
He get cut. He's gonna get picked up, but he's not. He's gonna not get.
He will get. He's
gonna have to accept. But I'm just saying, he's gonna have to accept a cheaper deal, baby, somewhere just to play.
Oh, for sure. All that money. It's gonna be a prove it contract in 4 years after he gets back out of jail or all the lawsuits are done.
Who said Michael Vick?
Yeah, he came back.
Who said Michael Vick?
I did.
Well,
yeah. Who said Michael Vick? Michael Vick went out, went to jail, filed bankruptcy, brought it all back, and now.
I don't think Watson will go to jail. I think it'll be the Kareem Hunt deal. I think he's going to spend it for 8 games or a year.
I was going to.
I bet you gets a year.
I was going to extreme, but that
he's got the money.
And Vic Vic had to prove it a little bit, but he did get another $100 million contract right at the end of his career
Philadelphia, and then he's still he's got an NFL Network deal.
Yeah, he's a rich dude.
Yeah, Watson's going to have to pay off a lot of people for this.
Yeah,
which is going to happen. You can say what you want, but that's what they do. They bribe these people.
There goes his guaranteed money.
Yeah. So the pound sign me too thing doesn't work real well when you're just taking a check and shutting your mouth then either. So I mean it's hypocritical both ways.
Oh yeah.
If that's and they say it's not about the money, we'll see that when Watson gets no charges.
Yeah. So a couple of things in the chat. I got Clayton Parker says, "What's up, guys?" Chris Klein says, we were talking about the NFL. He said if the NFL was smart, they'd pay off and let their contracts expire and have the NFL app take over. And then he said, "Hey, Willie, your Wolverines are up," and they are still. And also, Chris Klein brings up Mossy Cade as another guy.
Yeah, Packer.
Mossy Cade. Well, James Lofty mentioned too. So
I just how quiet has the NFL been on this Watson thing? Have they released a statement?
No, they're investigating him. They're already. They said we're after like the. Sixth one, they said we're investigating. The NFL.
They're not gonna release anything until.
Yeah, they can't. This is like
until they know the details because.
Right. Well, I know that's the pertinent thing to do.
Well, they get sued.
But the Houston lawyer right now is notorious for being a.
Can you imagine if we did this for cases like when a cop shoots a black guy in the back 7 times, which didn't happen? It'd be awesome if we waited until the end. No, you waiting for all the NFL has the option to wait for the evidence to come out, but the media doesn't.
Well, that's our show tonight, guys. Yeah. Have a good night.
So how about PJ Tucker? How about the trade for PJ Tucker, huh, guys? It's all good. The
look on Hop's face was priceless. He spilled his drink. He was like, "I'm out." Oh, it sounded like Willie's glass.
Ching 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 ching.
So anyway, we'll move on to something bigger and brighter. How about we do the? Let me think. What do you guys want to do next?
Fan ball. I gotta get up.
Pause.
Okay, we're going to take a 5-minute break here. I'll be back in a minute.
Don't play music.
No, I know. That's what got me in trouble last week. So we're going to take a 5-minute break. We'll be back. Hold on one second. Let me get the overlay, and here we go. You're listening to the Basement Benchwarmers podcast. Check us out on Facebook at Basement Benchwarmers, also on Instagram at Basement Benchwarmers, and on Twitter at Base Benchwarmers, and our email is basementbenchwarmers@gmail.com. So I had to step out. He had some work to get done, so Hop's going to jump in the chair over here. And but we do have another Big Ten team left still. Michigan moves on to the Sweet 16. Them and Rutgers are only two left. Am I correct about that at this point?
Maryland.
Oh, Maryland, not Rutgers. Yeah, Rutgers actually crapped the bed last night. They probably should have won. But yeah, Maryland's left. We'll find out tonight about them, correct? They still got to play. Yes. And so let's go into Eric's beer tent.
I like beer because it is good. I drink beer because I should. If there was a song to sing, I sing it and beer you drink. I drink beer when I am sad, because the beer, it makes me glad. Now there's nothing left to say, so let's go drink beer. Beer is good! Beer is good! Beer is good!
Well, spring is in the air, right, guys? And, for some people, the signs of spring could be the first time they see a robin or when Big Star opens. Or it could be a rousing game of Coob. I think for Jenny, it's when she first sees Scott and his denim cutoffs. But for us beer drinkers, especially if you live in the state of Michigan. Congratulations, Willie, on the victory too. It's when Bell's brings out their Oberon Ale. So Oberon Ale is an American wheat ale, and its logo is sunshine. So it's kind of giving you that spring, early summer feel. So today's actually National Oberon Day, the day that they normally release it at the brewery, although it was already out. So I got fresh Oberon for the boys here. It's an American wheat ale. It seems to be a popular one. It's light, refreshing, not too hoppy, not too bitter.
Thank God it's not too hoppy.
Willie's missing
exactly. Willie, here's a can of beer for you right here.
Oh, Willie's got a can of beer.
Yeah.
He's special.
Yeah, look at you.
Shake it up and spray it all over your face.
Well, he looks like the Michigan mascot, like the Michigan sporting goods store threw up on him. So
exactly. And how fitting that this is a Michigan beer. And we just witnessed, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, but congratulations to Michigan moving on to the next, to the round of Sweet 16.
You like Michigan only because
cheers.
I'm happy for Willie. There you go, Willie.
You happy for me? Thank you.
Happy for you.
I always think during the tournament, I'm a Big Ten, even Ohio State. I want the Big Ten to win. I want them to show how strong our, conference is. But they haven't. USC the Pac-10 are like 8-0 right now.
Yeah, it's crazy. And they were the ones considered down.
Yes.
And our conference was the creme de la creme. And yeah, it shows you what even we don't know shit, and the experts don't know shit either. So that's pretty much how that goes.
Yeah. So we talked a little about the. I know I'm changing it up here, but since we talked about the tournament, let's talk a little about the tournament right now. And tournament's going on. Obviously, if you don't know the NCAA tournament's going on, you must live under a rock. So number one seeds that moved on so far: Gonzaga's in the Sweet 16, Baylor is into the Sweet 16, and also Michigan. Illinois was knocked out by Loyola Chicago, and Sister Jean took him down.
Don't mess with Jesus.
Yeah, don't mess with Jesus. Jesus will get you, man. And she prayed before the game, so
yeah, it was huge.
So biggest upsets right now are before tonight. Abilene Christian getting over Texas. Also, another big one was who's number 2? Oral Roberts being Ohio State. That was pretty big.
Wait, Oral?
Yeah, Oral.
That's what she said.
There you go. And so any upsets in your head? I know I'm going over, but I'm thinking. Any top of your head? Any upsets you can remember off the top of your head?
There's so.
Well,
there's
Ohio
so many.
beat somebody. I can't remember who they beat.
Well, yeah, OU beat
Ohio. Ended up beating
Virginia.
Yes.
Yes.
So Virginia goes.
But that wasn't an upset because Virginia hadn't played in a week.
Yeah,
right.
Virginia was missing 2 starters too, I think, weren't they?
Yeah, they had the COVID
for the
case.
quarantine.
Biggest upset was VCU.
Yes.
Not
even being able to
COVID.
play,
COVID beat them,
Yeah.
which is a shame. I mean, not to be funny, but that's a shame they didn't get to play.
That happened in the NCAA hockey tournament for St. Lawrence. St. Lawrence.
Oh yeah. Yep.
St. Lawrence won in overtime, and their coach contracted COVID and they can't play in the NCAA hockey tournament.
That sucks.
But the way Oregon played against Iowa today, Oregon would have probably gave VCU a tough game anyway. Maybe I'm guessing Oregon played a really good game today. Big teams going down. I mean, a few games going on, and we're recording this on Monday, so a couple games left in this. But the Sweet 16 is starting to get a little clearer. So any games that stick out in your minds, though? Think of anything you've seen or watched that you.
There's so many, but one thing you just said. So the state of Oregon has just as many teams in the tournament still as the Big Ten, which was supposed to be the best conference.
The Oregon Ducks and the Oregon State
Beavers.
That's what she said.
And then UCLA and
that's
USC
the basement
still in it?
That's the basement Benchwarmers mascot.
Yes,
a beaver.
I thought it was the Gamecocks.
Wait,
they're not in it.
That's if Hops here.
Clayton writes "Go Hogs."
Hagen, you said?
What are we talking about? Oh, Arkansas. I'm sorry, Clayton.
Pig suey.
Shauna Perez says, "Great show tonight." Jim Lasko said, "Wiz said pound sign, not hashtag. Way to go, Grandpa." When Ed was saying hashtag earlier, said pound sign instead. He said, "Use your rotary phone."
Texas had 5 teams prior to this in the Sweet 16.
Well, nice.
And one of the announcers was calling for Shaka.
And one of them wasn't Shaka.
Was calling for his head
to be fired.
He goes, "That's probably one of the worst losses."
When they lost Shaka, Texas lost to Abilene. I kind of thought, how's it feel?
Right. Yeah.
Because he was that team a few years ago. VCU, correct?
VCU. Yes.
VCU was. They got the Sweet 16 or Elite 8, I think, with that team.
Elite
8. Yeah. So
Shaka at VCU was awesome.
Yeah. So. Sometimes you don't leave where you got. Look at Brad Stevens, stuck around, went to the pros. Look at
Mark
the guy.
Few.
Mark Few is a
yeah.
perfect example. He built that program into a powerhouse. Right. That's what he did. Gonzaga and Baylor right now look like I think Eric said before the show, like they're on a collision course. Anything can happen. We understand this, but they look like they are on a collision course.
Now they're both going to lose in the next round.
Hey Glenn.
Jason.
You got a shout out.
Jason Griffin loves the Sharon Lades hat.
Yeah,
right?
he just asked me to tag him. So yeah.
I've got one too, Jason, but I'm not wearing it. I combed my hair tonight. I like the way it combed.
I had to represent.
Good hair day.
No, Willie combed his hair too. That's why he's wearing a hat.
That's right.
He oiled the beard as well.
I did.
So the tournament's going on. So who do you got? Okay, real quick, let's go on the table right now. Oh, I want to talk about Illinois real quick. Illinois, if you watch the Illinois game, and I was telling Eric didn't see the game or parts of it, and me and Hop talked about this, me and Ed had talked about this. If you watch the Illinois game in the last 8 minutes, it looked like an instant replay with their guard coming down, getting the ball taken to double team. By the creepy guy with the mustache. What was his name from Loyola?
Krautwig.
Krautwig.
Yeah, Cameron Krautwig.
Same play every time. They double him, swipe the ball out, and it'd be gone. And the Blade Don's hat's being shot out.
Thanks, Griff.
Wearing it. So it was just. I think Illinois. I can't remember their player. I want to say what's his name.
It was you're talking about
Kobe.
You're talking about Ayu Desamo?
No, the guard.
Kofi?
Caballo.
It was
Cadeau.
It was Curbelo or whatever his name was.
So he was just out of control last 8 minutes. He really was.
Dude tried to play with his handles.
Well, yeah, would they have won if you would have played perfect? I don't know, but it would have had a way better chance. It was just terrible. It was upsetting because I believe they were one of the better teams with the size they had inside with the big guy. You just said his name.
Kobe
Cockburn.
Cockburn, yeah.
That's what she said.
That's what Eric had a few years ago. He had a Cockburn.
You hit the post. You hit the post on that.
But you
one.
took pills for that. It went away, right?
Yeah, I mean,
rubbed a little man.
Rubbed up. Yeah,
Little
exactly.
man Logan.
It was Hulk Hogan at the end. Now it's
Hulk Hogan.
Little Logan.
You need a tag team for that thing because it's so tiny to find it.
Oh my gosh!
All right, back on track.
Back on track.
So anyway, if we had to pick around the table real quick, if you had to pick someone right now sitting here to win the tournament, who would you pick? Hop. TikTok.
Air.
I just turned into Willie all of a sudden.
Chris Klein just said the problem with Cockburn, he's clogging the lane.
That's what she said.
That's too easy, Chris. Good call. Go ahead, Hop. Sorry.
I'm going to go Gonzaga right now.
My original pick was Gonzaga, and maybe just because I saw Baylor play and kind of destroy Wisconsin, so I'm leaning towards Baylor.
Gonzaga won by 45 points.
Yeah, I didn't see it with my own eyes, so
I'll stay with Gonzaga.
I'm going with the Zags. It's your year.
I was gonna say Syracuse, but I better not. So,
buddy,
I'm gonna go.
Throw Buddy Elf. Throw Buddy Elf up on the screen.
I like Baylor. Yeah, Buddy the Elf. What's your favorite color? Buddy Bayham. What's your favorite color? Buddy Bayham. Actually, you bring Buddy Bayham up. I'm a Syracuse fan. Buddy Bayham's 54 points in 2 tournament games, the 3rd most in Syracuse history. So, little fun fact.
How old is Boeheim, the coach Boeheim?
79.
70,000 years old.
And he was there in 77. And you know what? Trivia question for you guys. And don't yell it. Raise your hand. What was he a coach of before basketball at Syracuse?
Lacrosse.
He don't follow the rules.
What were the rules?
Raise your
hand. I did mentally.
Little Logan raised his hand.
Little Logan got raised. Little man Logan.
I'm never living this down. It's going to replace the whole underwear thing.
What do you think?
I'm agreeing with Eric.
I have no idea.
I'm going to go with
Rick Pitino's
men's
wife.
field hockey.
I'm going to go with golf. He was the golf coach at
coach.
Syracuse.
Wow.
He was. They said on the game the other day. That's the only reason I don't follow Jim Bam. But he sold. I thought Buddy Bam. I thought it was his grandpa. And I'm like,
That's
no,
what
it's
I was
his dad.
thinking. Yeah.
So, Buddy's got to be like 20 or 19. He's 70 something because he's been there since 77. So we can do the math. Probably in his mid 20s, he got the job. So
maybe Jim didn't get snipped.
And
He didn't get past the goalie.
Yeah, but to be honest, Jim Bam is.
Willie, look out! You better be snipped.
I'm going to say Michigan to win the tournament for Willie.
Yeah,
that's my pick. But I'm going to say that Jim Bam is probably one of the most underrated coaches in college. When I say that, he just kind of gets overlooked. He's up there, but what he does he does that zone defense, man, that is just a college. It's a college killer, man. Because San Diego State turned into a shell of themselves, just shooting the ball. They were just shooting from all these different and couldn't make a shot. They're not a 3-point shooting team. I was surprised. I was kind of surprised being a Syracuse fan. They actually won their second game against West Virginia because I thought West Virginia was a pretty good team. But they just that zone, and when they play it right, and they're shooting well too, it'll go away in the Sweet 16. But it's nice they made it. It's a good story. People argue they shouldn't have been there, and now they're in the Sweet 16.
Yeah, both things had to happen: the defense and the shooting.
Yeah,
and they did.
It's a perfect storm.
Yeah,
that's
exactly
what it was. Like Wisconsin's first game, perfect storm.
Yeah,
it was
a symphony.
And they didn't play terrible
awesome.
against Baylor. It was
the
7,
second half they
12,
came back
7, 12. It was kept in that range. You couldn't cut it down. And let's be honest, is Wisconsin or Syracuse won the tournament? Probably not.
No.
So it didn't matter at that point. So Chris Klein said go blue, and Jeff Shankowski did say golf. So he gets the bell for the answer.
Just send him a shirt.
So let's go into what do you guys want to do next? What do we talk about? Want to talk a little baseball?
Yes.
Let's talk a little MLB. Hold on, before we talk about it, we gotta do, you know what? I don't do all this extra work not to get to play the fun stuff. So here we go. It's time for Hot Stove Hop. Hot Stove Hop. Hot Stove Hop. It's time.
Oh, it's my time.
Dead air.
I said it's time.
Sorry, I didn't know how many more times you had. Before we start, so Glenn's going to cue me in on the topics, but I want to know from 0 to 10, not for your personal fandom, but how much are you into MLB?
7.
Okay.
6.5.
Really?
Should have said 6.9.
Right now,
cooler.
yeah. I mean, wait till the season gets going, then
I'm talking. No, I'm just talking
just
about
in general.
once the season's going, how much in are you into the MLB season?
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about right now. I'm like, right now.
Shit, Willie.
Yeah.
Willie's wearing the fucking
Yeah.
Michigan herpes stand over there.
Wait, jealous?
No, I'm not.
M's wrong. No, probably like a 7, 8.
Okay.
Right around there.
I give myself a 9, probably.
Okay. Full, not just your team though.
Yeah, I because of fantasy, I kind of have to follow a little more. Okay. I kind of have to. I mean, it's kind of forced.
I'll have to be honest. It used to be my favorite sport, but right now it's probably a 5, maybe, and that's in the peak of the season or the playoffs, really. Maybe I need to get into fantasy.
And with you, Eric, well, kind of me too. In the last few years with Giannis, I think the basketball season takes away from it a little bit. Then when basketball ends, you kind of get after the All-Star break, you get more into it probably.
Sure.
Last year was tough though.
Yeah, it was a weird year. Yeah, it was a weird year for everything.
but I'm a 10, and I'll always be a 10.
You're not a 10, not even close. But move on.
Well,
You ain't no dime over there. You might have
in the hen house, this guy was
All
a
right.
.10.
So Glenn's going to set me up. We're going to talk about the rules. Jesus. We lost Scott. Scott might as well just walk out. He's running the board and he's out.
Would you like another Oberon?
No, I'm good. Go ahead, .10. You're up.
All right, so we're going to talk about the rules that are going to be implemented in the minors that will eventually be implemented at MLB.
All right, first up.
So hold on. So the reason I asked is there are things you need to be invested in as a baseball fan to understand this. And if you're just a casual fan, some of this stuff may not matter to you. So, all right, hit me up with
Robot umps, low A, southeast.
so they're going to do robot umps, and I don't think that's all year. I think that is after a certain point, and they did it in the Atlantic League. And I'm going to tell you right now, robot umps suck. I like the human aspect of umpiring, refereeing,
He's like screaming at him.
Well, no, not just that. Like, would you want to watch robot umps in basketball?
You can't do it though. I understand why they're doing baseball because you can do it. With all technology, it's more strike zone stuff we're talking.
It's all strikes. It's all strike zone.
You can't do it in basketball or football. No way. There's nothing you can do it with. There's no like. They almost do it with replaying the goal line now. They kind of do it. I mean, they kind of do.
They do.
I mean,
but
yeah.
Do you like it? Do you not like it?
I love it. I think it makes the NFL better. Replay and all that.
Does it make baseball better though? Robot ump.
I think it would. I agree. I mean, I will say something for all the trouble umpires get. They are pretty good at calling the strike zone. They're pretty consistent with it, and some pitchers do live and die by the umpire. They know certain guys umping that day. You probably know this more than all of us. Certain guys umping, he knows he's gonna get away with this. Certain guys umping, I can get away with this. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. You know, not everybody can paint a corner like Greg Maddox and guys like that, or Kyle Hendricks, guys like that. So
does it mean you guys want to talk?
No, this is
okay.
So your lighting's better.
Kelly Rash writes. I'm guessing Keith Rash wrote it. Would the umpire still hop to get in the box?
Hell yeah, they would.
A robot hop, get in the box.
Yeah.
Hop would smash a robot's head. It'd be going haywire.
That was the old softball joke.
It'd be like hop, a box. Hop,
hey, you weren't
box.
in the box either though. When you were outside of the box.
Yeah.
In softball.
Yeah, but I wasn't as peppy as you about it.
I was further out than you were too.
You weren't as flagrant as he was either. I mean, Hop pushed the issue.
Yeah,
he made you say something.
There's no box in the elf in softball. Anyway, so going back to this,
no.
I don't care about that. But Glenn, hit me up with one more.
Well, I'll just comment. I don't like it.
Eric, what do you want to say about the box?
Oh, you want something? Go ahead.
No, not about the box.
Wrong button.
we know what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
That's what she said. I don't know. I don't like the I guess the robotics situation at all. I'm more of a purist. Because I like the whole thing about the pitcher knowing what he's going to get away with whichever ump. They know their tendencies. I like the human element of all officiating, to tell you the truth. I mean, football, the challenges do come into play, and I think that they're beneficial. But especially in baseball, baseball needs to just. I know people are down on it, and it's somewhat, or the games are so long and everything like that. How can we speed them up? But I don't know. I like that about baseball.
Yeah, I agree.
I like the human element. I like that it's so traditional.
Yeah, the robot's going to force pitchers to be more accurate. But I mean, you see some of these what do they call them, artists that can paint the corners. How many of those could go either way?
Well, add the pitch framers for the catchers.
Yeah. Well,
add the people that have been able to. And are we on stream?
Mm-hmm.
You teach it to grab it and bring it back into the strike zone.
Yep.
And all those unwritten rules and all those tendencies, all those strategies that you're talking about, I think are what makes baseball cool.
Jeff just said the Bucks are up by 22 in the first quarter. They've scored 48 points in the first quarter.
Of course they are. Thank you, Jeff.
All right, next one. Pitch clock in low A West.
Well, they have a pitch clock in major leagues. Major leagues don't pay attention to. So
they don't.
What's the difference?
They don't.
Yeah, they do. They have the clock. You got 30 seconds. Got to throw a ball by. It goes. It's like Wrigley Field. They had an outfield.
This is going to be a more aggressive 15-second pitch clock.
Jesus Christ.
And it's not just a pitch clock. Actually, if what I read is true, they're going to enforce a pitch clock, and the batter needs to be in the box at the same time.
Ooh, I like it.
Throw that back into it. I'm all for that. I hate watching slow.
No,
on the mound. It's not just anybody. It doesn't matter which side you're on. We talked about this when I was on the last podcast. When Burley, you got the ball and you're watching. You're back. You go. You get it and you go. And that's what it should be. Get the batters in the box. Get the pitchers on the mound. That's the way it should be. Anybody else disagree?
Nope. Agree.
No, I'm fine with it. Yeah.
All right.
Move it along.
Move it along. Hey, yes, we're all in.
Yeah, this will help with that, speeding it up. 2 pickoff attempt limits all low A.
That's garbage.
No pickup attempts.
2. You have
limits,
and you have to step off.
So let me ask you a question.
Right. Yeah.
So if I get 2 limits and once he's 2-2, guess what? I'm going as far as then you can't pick him off. Then you can lead off as far as you want, right? Am I understanding this?
I agree with that, but why do you not understand when you should pick off people and why you shouldn't?
Cam Crable says pitching framing is an art form, and Chris Klein said the Bucks had 9 3-pointers in the first quarter. Move on. Sorry.
Cam, I agree with you that pitch framing is an art form, but the game's moved on.
And you're an A, and that's where you're supposed to learn, right?
Well, that's the whole point of it. Figure it out right now. Like, you're going to change. The problem is you're going to change the game, and you're going to change the game in minors, but you're not going to change it in high school and college.
Yeah, and to your point, it's not just pickoffs. They get 2 step-offs. So even if they don't throw it, they just want to reset.
They changed it. You have to step off. It's not a who played baseball here?
Oh, when I was younger, I did, and I coached it.
Who's a pitcher?
I coached.
You coached it as a pitcher. I played.
I never pitched.
That's fine.
Yeah. Have you seen my baseball?
Eric was more of a catcher.
That's what she said.
And a wide receiver in football.
It's fine.
That's what she said.
It doesn't matter. This is
That's
why
what she said.
This is why I would love Ed to be here, but the step off is stupid. The whole point is to just have a quick jump move to control the running game. If you want the running game to go, that's fine. Nobody's going to throw over 32 times.
Well, look at Lester for wanting to throw over.
He don't want to do it, so he's cool. He likes that rule. He's fine with that rule.
Exactly.
That's right.
So
he probably sponsored that rule.
That's right.
Yeah. Thanks, Keith. We know that's the rule.
So after 2 pickoff attempts, if the runner isn't tagged out on the 3rd attempt, it will be a balk.
Yeah, we know.
Boo.
I mean, I've read the rules. All right, go ahead.
Next.
Yeah, that just kind of rolled into the next one, the step off and all high A.
Yeah,
so we'll go to the next one.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like it's fine. They're all just trying to make the game faster. But go ahead.
So in the double A, they're going to defensive positioning restrictions.
No, I don't like that at all. I hate that.
So define that, please.
Against the shift, correct?
It says
Well, it's not 100% against a shift. If I remember what I read correctly, and you can correct me, Glenn, everybody has to have their feet against the
in front of the outer infield dirt boundary.
Yeah. So you can have you can have your feet on the grass, but you cannot have somebody in short right center.
Yeah. I don't like that.
Yeah. So their definition is infielder will never be a misnomer in double A this year.
I don't like that rule. It's terrible.
And they're talking about after that, you can have, they're going to make it so that you can have only two infielders on each side of the field.
Yeah, experimented with the Atlantic League, like you mentioned.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't like that rule. I don't like that at all.
Eric?
I hate it.
Why?
Hated it.
There's a new rule they want to
offer me an opinion.
Oh, go ahead.
Opinion, please.
I'll pass.
No, I want an opinion.
Next question.
Okay. I mean, I hate it. It's whatever. Hitters are gonna hit. You're gonna hit the ball wherever.
Yeah.
We've all played softball, right? How many times we have 13 infielders on one side of the field?
13. That sounds like a lot. There's only 10. There's only 10 to 11 on the field, so now you're cheating.
That sounds lucky.
Yeah, so the intent is to have higher batting averages on balls in play. So those scorching infield
on what? On what?
Balls,
it's irrelevant.
On what?
Balls in play.
That's what she said.
Okay. There's another new rule they want to do with these stupid rules. They want to, after 7 runs or 5 runs, you got to come off the field like Little League or CYC, and you can't hit no more.
Don't jump the list.
Oh, this is actually a rule?
After the 5th inning, though, you can keep going.
Oh, you just keep running.
They're doing that. They're doing that for spring training, which is fine.
Well, that's different.
I don't care about spring training.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Rule.
Yeah,
that's fine. Spring training, they had after 30 pitches, they're like, nope, shut it down.
Yeah,
so that's good.
Let's find 2 more. Let's do 2 more.
I want to know are they going to rotate which parent brings the snack though every week or no?
Good one. And don't bring oatmeal pies. Those
well, you have to watch the nut. You got to watch these nut allergies too these days.
So there's only one left in the list.
It's It's AAA.
Thank God.
It's AAA, larger bases. Yep.
Yeah.
Larger
from 15 inches to 18 inches.
Yeah, I like this guy.
Do you know bases?
Holy shit, dude said 1 Coors Seltzer.
That's a terrible rule.
Do you understand why it is though?
Golf needs to make a larger
for the guys
hole.
with bad vision, so they can see where they're running to.
No.
When it's
they're trying to. It's one for safety, which they believe it's going to be safer. It's whatever because you'll have the assholes that will decide to destroy a first baseman.
Yeah, asshole. Where is he?
He's not on there right now. And they think it's basically get it ready. 6 inches closer.
That's what she said.
3 inches. 3 inches.
That's what she said.
It's even better for Hop.
It's like changing the social
it's
distancing restrictions
side, though.
in the schools.
I'm reading right here. It says it'll be 3 inches. Would theoretically lead to more ground balls and Bucks being beat out.
That's what she said.
I get what you're saying.
And more stolen bases. That's what they're looking for.
Because it's only 1.5 inches because the bases, so you're only getting 1.5 inches on each side.
Yeah, and wear out that button here in a minute. You got a lot of opportunity here.
You missed the 1.5 inch joke.
I mean, I can't be riding you 24/7, Glenn.
Now with 1.5 inches, there, little man Logan.
I'm the one doing the riding.
Oh shit.
So yeah,
my segment just got destroyed. Like it's Willie's. Where are they now?
Hey, can we do that?
Not yet. We're not done with that.
So it'll be a different material to your point for safety because the Bryce Harper in 2017 when he
they dropped the size of the bases too.
Yep.
So let's go around the table quick. These are going to be implemented soon because they care about cue it up because they care about balls in play.
That's what she said.
It's all right. I have to set it up. Because they're worried about strikeouts, and that's the most important thing. So, favor of any of these changes going implemented?
I don't like any of them.
Let's see how they go.
The
base one,
Glenn doesn't care.
Well, the base one, I don't really care. I mean, what's an inch?
Put this way, there's going to be some changes. If you're going to take one of those, which could you live with? Because something's going to give, right? So, I mean, if you had to take one of those, which one would you take?
I would do the robot umpire because it doesn't change the game at all.
Pitch clock for me. Speed it up.
Yeah, but the robot umpire doesn't change, and pitch clock doesn't change the game at all. Those two don't change the game. You're changing the game with all the other rules.
How about a shorter season?
I'd be in on that.
I agree.
I still think
that's shorter season and more teams make the playoffs.
Well, that's still going to.
You can make your revenue and do it that way.
That's still going to
be fine. I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with the pitch clock because there are still too many pitchers that just don't get the goddamn ball and just go back and throw it. Part of it's the batters, but enforce it on both sides.
Yeah, is there a rule for batters right now?
Yeah, it was part of that pitch clock rule.
Yeah, I didn't see it in the text, but yeah.
Yeah, it was part of that pitch clock rule. So,
but I mean, right now, is there a standing rule for them or?
Well, no major league umpires enforcing it.
So there is.
Yeah, there's nobody that's enforcing any of the rules with all of that. That's why it's all minor leagues, and they're going to figure it out. The only thing I don't want the shift rule to go away because Ted Williams had to hit and shift and still hit it. Willie remembers that.
Yeah, I do. I told him what to do. I said, stop hitting into all those guys and just go the other way once in a while.
It didn't matter. He hit into it and still hit it.
He says, "Damn it! Why didn't I think of that sooner?" And next thing you know, what he's like,
It's like, Willie, you're my mentor.
So we go there?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
I mean, was that a
Not
terrible
my
segment?
hop.
no, it's interesting. It is interesting.
No,
but
all
yeah.
the rules. I just don't like most of them, if all.
That's Theo, by the way. Theo was on that committee
Yeah.
to introduce all those rules.
He'll be the next commissioner, Theo Epstein.
Okay.
That's my call.
I'll be playing softball then.
Yeah. So let's move into
And shower stall?
let's go to Willie and do
Willie.
Where are they now?
Willie.
Where are they now?
Willie.
Where are they now?
Willie. I was like, what? What the hell just went on here? So yeah, I've got a little something here for you guys. I'm just going to give you a little list of everything like I normally do, but I'm not going to give you a big oration. I figure, I stumble through the words too much, and I'm going to give you less to laugh about, I guess. I
I heard you're good at big oration, though.
You know what? I don't like you changing the rules on Willie's Where Are They Now? I like all that stuff.
You like all that
Yeah.
stuff? I'm still giving you the stuff there, but
Give me the good
oral
stuff.
rock.
We
man.
like all the noise around it.
around there.
Yeah, I like that.
You like this? Here, papers, flipping through. Oh, I'm out of
What
place
do you
here.
got? Index cards this week or what?
Gene's territory.
All right, let's
Yeah,
do
I
this.
do.
Let's light
Yeah.
this candle, Willie.
Okay,
Let's
all
go.
right. So this guy led his high school to the state of Washington 3A.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I interrupt you. If we're gonna guess, let's write our guesses down on a piece of paper, and
write 'em down.
we can all
no yelling them
or
out.
keep them in your head, or whatever. You need a piece of paper? No. Okay.
No.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
He's gonna write it in chalk on the wall.
Go ahead.
So he led his high school as to the Washington 3A championship as a senior.
And I'm gonna say what state?
State of Washington.
Oh, Washington. Okay.
He played for the Washington Huskies in college from 81 through 85. His team reached the Sweet 16 in 1984. Let's see. He was drafted by the Mavericks in 1985, 8th overall. He was a 3-time NBA All-Star, NBA six-man 2 times. He played 16 seasons. He played with the Blazers, the Pacers, the Mavs, obviously, and the Supersonics.
Supersonics.
He did play in the NBA Finals once in 1996.
With which team?
Seattle. Sorry.
He did announce that.
Okay.
So, and he is the first player of his nationality ever made it to the NBA Finals. Did you write it down?
Okay, I know this now too. I think. Okay, so you
That was
are,
the-
are
that
you
was-
done yet? Are you done yet?
I'm done.
Okay, so we'll give the people listening to us or watching us live to take a guess on the chat if they want. I'm going to play Jason's Sports Minute real quick right now.
Okay.
Why wait?
This is the Basement Benchwarmers Sports Minute. We are in the men's weight room, and man, this place is huge. It took me a minute to find the guys, but I smelled Malort, and I knew I was going in the right direction. This is my week in return after I've been off for the past few weeks, so let's get back into it. Rookie of the Year candidate LaMelo Ball is out for the rest of the season after suffering a right wrist fracture. He is going to get a second opinion on it to see if that is confirmed. And LeBron James was also injured on Saturday night and is out indefinitely with a high ankle sprain. Sliding over to the baseball world, Cubs prospect Jesus Camargo was arrested by the police, and when being searched, they found 21 pounds of meth in his team bag. And we now know why he is a top prospect in the Cubs organization. And Sister Jean is back and still going strong as Loyola is moving on to the Sweet 16 after taking down the #1 seed Illini on Sunday. And shout out to Jeff Jankowski. I don't know why, but he wanted me to do it. So that's for you, Jeff. This was the Basement Benchwarmers Sports Minute.
So Jason's Sports Minute. So before we talk about a few things he talked about, I'm going to let. Well, we guessed. No, if he was new, but is Detlef Shrimp the answer?
It is. Spelling counts too.
Yeah, so we got Cam and Jim Lasko. They got the answers. I'm going to go back to Chris Klein. He talked about a couple things for baseball. Get rid of April baseball. Do a 142-game season. He says April baseball sucks anyway. Cam.
It doesn't suck.
Well,
Hold on. It doesn't suck. Stop putting it in stadiums that they can get rained out.
Or
snowed out.
What are we supposed to do? Just play this.
There's plenty of
have the Cubs move to Miami or what?
Well, start your season for the first
on a 72-game road trip.
Not 72 game.
So Cubs, you'll be on the
it's
road
not
till
that-
May 30th because it might be sunny then. We don't know.
Just move into Rosemont.
Hey, Scott.
Put a dome there.
I'm a Twins fan, and we don't have a dome
That
stadium.
was silly. They
Dumbest
should
thing
have.
ever.
Yeah. If you're gonna build a new stadium, put
but
a
it's
dome on
fine.
that thing. Yeah. Nice stadium though. It's very nice.
Yeah, that's great. But there's plenty of stadiums
Road
that
trip.
you can do it.
Road trip.
So let's.
Are we doing that?
Yeah.
You've
know,
never
I'm
been
all
there?
in
I've never
for
been
a
there.
road
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nice.
I'm
the-
all in for a fucking road trip to Minnesota.
The Cubs prospect was found with 21 pounds of meth. That's why I'm guessing that's why his nickname was a mule.
Prospect.
I guess his nickname was a mule. So
Oh, yeah.
that was weird.
El Mule.
El Mule. I don't know why, but we figured it out now. What else? Little Mellow Ball out for the rest of the season with an injury, a broken wrist. LeBron James, high ankle sprain, out for 4 weeks. They're talking at the least. Also, we talked about the tournament. Citrogene of the Loyola of Chicago moved on.
We should have wore the scarf.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Well, if they
You know
go
what? Every time I see her, I think of Harry Potter.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's the Gryffindor.
Gryffindor,
Yeah.
And
People were wearing them in the stands, like everybody was.
and Jeff Jankowski got a shout out. So
That's
and
great.
Isn't Giannis hurt as well?
Giannis has a sprained knee. They're
Giannis,
saying,
yeah.
but they must not need him
Yeah.
because they're up by.
Yeah, they're
They-
up by 50 right now. I
So
think.
we're learning right now what Giannis means. Overpaid, like I said.
Yeah, worthless. Who wants that triple double every night? That's
Who wants that triple double? So Deloff Shrimp was the player. Where are they now? Where is he, Willie?
Where is he now?
Hey, wait. Let's see if he knows where he is.
He's a high level supersonic official.
You know what? No, he's not.
Let me guess what he is. Let me guess what he
The
is.
yes.
Supersonics are on the
I'm gonna
team.
guess he's a goat herder back in his home country. Is that right?
No.
Okay. He's a coach at Gonzaga.
No.
Okay, sorry,
no,
go ahead.
no.
Sorry, go ahead.
He
No
did
more.
coach for the Sonics for a couple of years.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So since 2010, he's been the business development officer at Coldstream Capital,
Oh,
a wealth management firm in Seattle. He's also married and he's got 2 kids. He's got 2 sons, Alex and Michael. So, but yeah, that's where he's at now.
I heard he was the 6th best salesman in the company.
So
Yeah, he comes off the bench.
did you see what Cameron?
Ding 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 ding.
Nice play there.
You guys see what Cameron says here? Detoxed shrimp. Shrimp
Oh yeah, he was an alcoholic, wasn't he?
was.
Was he? He
That's
liked the
that's why
Goldschlager.
he's the best 6th man
He liked the
because he
Jägermeister.
had to,
Like
when he
the
got
Yanks,
to
yeah.
the court, he had to sober up. That's why he couldn't go into like the 6-minute mark.
Well, does anybody have him on their snake draft list?
Oh,
Lift.
might be.
Lift.
You know what?
Lift or list?
I could use a
That's
lift
why
right
I kind
now.
of
Unlike
used
Scott
that
and Willie.
athlete here. So.
You could have used one
So
bourbon night and
is
you
he
didn't
off?
take
Yeah.
one.
Let's move into our snake draft. And our snake draft tonight is the best foreign-born NBA players. And we will start up with, I guess,
Me.
Well, I guess you're
This
in
is
by
the hot
well,
show.
and nobody can take Giannis. He's out.
Oh,
Fuck that. That was my.
So everybody
Why'd you
jump
drop
in
an F-bomb?
and go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah,
With your
this off.
first.
Oh shit! I was gonna take Giannis. That was my whole guy.
Just to stick it to Erica.
Yeah, that was totally.
I didn't have Giannis as one.
Throw us out some foreign-born players, and whoever the chat puts, I'll pick as my foreign-born players. If they're nobody say them, I'll pick them if they're still there.
So
That's
we
who I'm gonna
can't
take.
we can't take
No,
that.
can't use them now. That's what I'm using. Oh, you can. I know other guys, but if you take one up there, that's fine. But I'll do the chat people if I have to.
I'll take Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid, okay.
Best foreign-born player ever is Hakeem Olajuwon out of Nigeria.
I got one better for you, maybe.
Oh,
I might.
I can't wait to hear it.
Nowitzki, Germany.
Oh, I would say Nowitzki's up there with him,
Yes, absolutely.
but you can't argue. They're both good.
Yeah, and the Bucks, that
He was a buck.
for a second,
He was a buck for.
and
a
then
couple-
we traded for Tractor Trailer. Rest in peace.
we better off having Ted Lasso as coach.
Oh,
Yeah, Glenn.
Great show.
Glenn binge watched that show.
did
He
you?
loved it.
I
He
was
loved
going
it.
to, but I'm still on episode 1
It's great.
from when we watched it here last week.
Willie.
Steve Nash.
Yeah.
Steve
Now, where
Nash.
do you think he's from?
He's from Australia.
South Africa.
No,
That-
born in South Africa.
So I have a
Great
quick-
soccer player.
Hey, I have a quick Steve Nash story.
He was a great soccer player. Like awesome.
Absolutely, he was. I was in Newark Airport on a layover.
And you crossed him over.
No, I would have loved to cross him over, but he was standing in front of me buying a magazine, and a bunch of people recognized him, and I knew it was Steve Nash because I was taller than him. because he's only about 5'10", and looked over. He knew who it was, and I'm like, all right, give him a wave. Didn't get a picture or anything, but
I would have got a picture with
So
him.
then it didn't happen.
What magazine was he buying? High Times? He likes to smoke a little Kush. Yeah.
Canadian Quarterly.
Yeah.
Booty man.
They got good Kush in Canada.
It was Booty man.
So I'm going to take two here, and I have from the fans out there, I'm going to pick Tourney coach Clayton Parker, ex-Bull, and Buck. We all forget about that maybe. And it's tough, these two, but I'm going to agree with Cam Crable and Chris Klein. Drazen Petrovic was a great NBA player. And it's a shame he got killed so young.
Yep.
So I'm going to go with those two to start.
Yep.
Tim Duncan.
Yep. Virgin Islands.
Yeah, so that's kind of a loophoople, right? Because he is a U.S. citizen.
U.S. Virgin Islands, so he's not.
You can have it. I like it. Good call.
Good,
don't
good
like
job.
I got
Good job,
somebody else.
Willie.
Willie gets a treat.
Glenn, it's your snake draft.
Tony Parker.
Yeah.
Belgium.
I'm going to take the big Jamaican who can't get credentials at Madison Square Garden, I guess. Patrick Ewing.
Okay.
Still a U.S. citizen, though.
Wait, he's Jamaican.
Yeah, he was born in Jamaica, yeah.
Jamaica?
But
So he's like a Rod Carew, who's
he's
a
citizen when he
Panamanian.
played, though.
This is just like last week with the rock bands here. You correcting everything I say, Glenn. This guy.
Glenn.
I mean,
I do my homework.
I guess.
Is it me?
Yeah, go ahead. You get two.
Peja Stojakovic.
Yep. Kings. Great shooter.
Yeah, he was.
And they get two.
It's a snake draft.
Thanks. Yao Ming.
Yao Ming. I like it. That's a
I
great
put
dish at China House, too.
From Wuhan.
I left you Mutombo.
Democratic Republic of the Congo. Dikembe Mutombo.
No, not in my house.
No,
And the greatest commercial of all time.
But the greatest ever was when Michael Jordan did that to him. That was awesome.
Oh God!
Oh, yeah.
Dunked on him and just. He was a great.
and they got
Mutombo
teamed.
was a great player though. Great personality.
They started teaming him at the end of his career for doing that.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a 2-for-1. Pau and Marc Gasol, both from Spain.
Hey,
wait,
screw
way to-
you.
way to put it-
That's what Scott
Way to
usually
pull it
does.
from
Screw
you.
thing. Don't call me an gasol.
Yeah, Gasol.
Screw you.
Gasol?
Where is he?
Where's the Yasol?
And Willie.
Detlef.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. So a couple people. I'm going to take my first one is Arvydas Sabonis. His kid's pretty good too. I'll take
Where's
his
he
kid.
from?
I'll take his kid too. His kid was probably born here.
Where's he from?
I don't know because it's going off the thing.
Lithuania.
There you go, Lithuania. And then Jenny Cavelli mentioned Dirk Nowitzki, Tony Parker, Cam did throw up Hakeem the Dream, and Jeff Jankowski. The Bucks have 83 points at halftime.
Holy.
Without Giannis.
Without Giannis.
Who
Trade
needs
the
him?
fool.
Who needs
And then
him?
my second pick, I'm not even ready for this because I thought people would give me more picks. So foreign-born players. I don't
Pick
know.
half of the Bulls.
Oh, you know what?
roster.
I'm gonna go with you know what? I'm gonna go with the guy from a couple years played with the Bucks, and Eric, you gotta tell me his name. When I got so upset they benched him and he never played again after game.
Ilyasova.
No. The dude was a shooter, came from
Turkish Thunder.
the guy that came from the Bulls. They
Stop
traded for
pounding
him.
my table.
The guy that great shooter, played for the Bucks in that playoff run against Toronto. Then after the game,
Marinovich?
no.
Nico
Mirotic. I'm
yeah,
taking him. Mirotic.
And he's playing pro ball in Spain.
Yeah,
right
never,
now.
he turned down NBA contracts and went to Spain.
Yeah, the Bucks offered him like $15 million a year, and he.
Go ahead, Willie. Oh, I'm done. Yep, go ahead. Sorry.
Darko Milicic.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Darko. He was a bust, wasn't he?
He was.
Good pick, Willie.
Detroit basketball. Can I pound the table again?
No. I mean, you can.
Basketball, man.
Chris Klein
Thunder.
said Daryl Dawkins from Chocolate Thunder from the planet Lovetron.
That's awesome. Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Chris, if you're gonna spell things,
Oh, here we go.
spell them right.
Bill Weddington, Canada.
Oh,
He's Canuckian,
yeah. Good call. I saw him in Nashville, walking around. Him and his brother. They
You
were
got a
in.
picture?
No, he was.
Didn't happen.
He was giant though.
I'm just kidding.
I should have though. At first, I saw him and I'm like, oh.
I saw him
I was
at Lake Forest at a McDonald's.
He was just walking down the street with his chaps on. He must have been on a bike across the country thing. Him and some friends.
Just chaps?
Giant. Yeah, it was sweet. I smacked him on the
Okay.
ass. I didn't shake his hand though.
The greatest six man ever from Argentina, Manu Ginobili.
Mhm.
Oh,
Okay.
I was just gonna
That's
take that
me.
one.
You know it.
Marc Gasol.
Not taken.
Taken.
Already? Oh.
I did a
Rick
foul.
Smits.
Yeah, there you go. Rick Smits.
Best
From
mullet
I should've
ever.
known that.
Denmark. Was he from Denmark?
Yeah.
Was the
no.
Flying Dutchman, right? They
That's
called
right,
him
Yeah.
And
The Duncan Benchman.
Duncan Dutchman.
and I'm gonna finish it out with Minute Bowl.
A couple Saronis.
Oh, did
Saronis
I-
Marshalonis was named.
5 like you.
No, that was only 4.
No, we do honorable mentions.
we got a lot on it.
Yeah, Chris Klein says Serenis Marshalonis. That's how you say Marshalonis. I know his last name.
How'd you not take Vlade Divac?
Oh, Vlade Divac. Yeah. What's his claim to fame? Do you know
Herpes.
what I'm thinking?
Hugging Magic a lot.
He was traded for Kobe Bryant.
That's true. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He was
Draft
part of the
day.
trade for Kobe Bryant.
How do we not?
Oh, Luol Deng. Good one.
Andrew Bogut.
Bogut. Yep. Bucks.
I got.
Andrew Wiggins,
How about a guy that's a?
Where's he from?
Canada.
Yeah, how about a guy?
So is Rick
We're
Fox?
missing one of the top players in the NBA right now, Luka Doncic.
Luka Doncic. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Luka Doncic.
But it's hard to say he's going to be the greatest ever.
Yeah,
Is
but
this
within
early in his career?
with 3 years in the league, he's 3 years in the league. He's already better than a few guys we named.
So here's some more
and-
loopholes.
Oh, we missed
Joker too. Luka
Jokic. Yeah,
Jokic,
great
yeah.
call.
Yeah, I saw Kyrie.
So these are-
Kyrie.
I didn't realize he was
I
born
can't
in
believe he's
Australia.
Australian. Ricky Rubio.
Yeah, saw him.
He's kind of a bust. Here's a guy
No
that
shit,
I
he
think
was
is
a boss.
awesome player though. Steven Adams, New Zealand.
Yeah, he's a
Great
very
player.
underrated player.
Yep.
I like him a lot too. I
Workhorse.
agree.
Oh, hey, just to dig up Bucks fans.
Yeah, he's out for the season anyway.
Bohan Bogdanovic.
yeah,
No, Bogdanovich. Yeah,
he's a good player.
I think he's back now though.
Is he back?
Yeah,
I
I
thought he
think-
was going to be out the whole
I think he
season.
can.
How do we forget about Nene?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
I forgot
Not
about. I
Ronaldo.
forgot about Shanae.
Do you whip?
Oh,
And
and
then
Rick
Nene?
and Rick Fox.
Canadian?
Yeah.
I'd
I like
say.
Jamie Foxx better.
How about Dino Raja?
Is this the hop hour?
So let's go. I got one more Florida, Ohio for you guys.
In the hop show.
Luke
What are you talking
Luke
about?
Longley?
In the hen
Yeah,
house.
he was,
Hop in the hen house. Oh, sorry.
Pretty soon it'll just be hopping.
I'm going
Scott
to turn
at
my
the
mic
table.
off now.
So I lost one of my pages. I lost one of my pages here though.
What are you, Willie now?
No, I had it earlier. Well, you know what? I don't got to give you all the date. I just know where it was from. Hold on, let me check. Name some more foreign players.
Steve Kerr,
Steve Kerr?
Lebanon.
Here. Just start grabbing drinks there.
Dominique Wilkins from France.
Okay, you guys are done. Okay, here we go. So Florida, Ohio. Where'd Eric go?
That's what she said.
So Florida, Ohio, and this is our next one. I want to wait to let's wait a second. It comes back. Here he is. So here's the graphic. Here's the picture, and I tried to do the best I can at cropping it, but we might get some hints out of it. So, Florida, Ohio. This woman was pulled over for having a man in a dog cage in the back of her truck.
That's hot.
That was Fond du Lac last week. Or
And-
really, where were you last weekend?
So,
Green Bay.
a woman
Same.
practicing either misguided passenger safety methods or some extremely public domination subsexual humiliation play was pulled over in this area, and this man was found in the bed of a F-150 truck in a cage. Fingers crossed. Let me see if she had any quotes. She
Looks
did
like
not.
Eric's like trying to look over the top
Yeah.
of the bed.
So you guys want
I'm
to
looking
guess
at the trees.
where this happened?
checking the tires.
And what do you guys think? Florida, Ohio, for the guy in a cage in the back of a truck.
Florida.
Florida, because he's shirtless.
I mean, I was looking at the trees. I'm going to say Ohio.
Ohio.
Polk County, Florida. Is that where it
Hey, look at
happened?
that. 2 for 2 today.
I should have
guys.
said Hop and I take Florida.
You should have, Glenn.
So that's. So let's move on to our Mount Rushmore. And Mount Rushmore tonight is the National League Central. So we're going to start off with the. Let's start off with the Cincinnati. Let's go with the Pittsburgh Pirates. We'll start with the Pittsburgh Pirates tonight. And yep, you get to go first, sir.
Clemente.
Easy.
When I think Pirates,
Yeah, no shit.
I think the We Are family. And so I'm going to take Willie Stargell.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
1979.
Honus Wagner.
There's so many of them.
There.
Because his card's not worth anything. though.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. I'm going with Dave Parker.
We are family.
It's the least amount of papers Willie's had for one of these that I've been at.
Yeah, it is. I'm trying to be a little bit more ecologically
Usually
friendly.
he's using that paper for rolling doobies.
That's right. Smoking oregano.
So we doing honorable mentions on that?
No, Scott hasn't voted yet.
It's only 4. It's Mount Rushmore. There's 4.
Yeah, Scott's out.
So I get to play.
Oh, Scott. No, Scott can play.
Nope, I'm out. Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
Scott,
Honorable mentions.
no, Scott, you're
No,
in.
We're
changing the rules.
I don't want to name
Just
any
like
of this, so-
baseball.
We let you do the honorable mentions like you used to let me do it.
Well, that's the key word. I let you.
Were you going to take Barry?
Letting you.
Were you going to take Barry Bonds? I don't.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, let's
Barry
play.
Bonds need to be on it.
How about Bobby Bonilla?
Bobby Bonilla.
They're all
Doug-
good
Andy Van
players.
Slyke.
Doug Drabick, Andy Van Slyke.
Van Slyke, Kendall. I would put Kendall in. They was one of those
Jason
guys
Kendall?
for years.
Absolutely.
McCutcheon.
No, I think it was
Yeah. And how about a
Oh,
newer guy?
McCutcheon?
McCutcheon. Yeah.
Kent Colby.
Kent Colby, yeah.
No.
So our next team, we're going to move into the Cincinnati Reds, and let's go with the Reds.
I get to start on this one. This guy. I mean, he has the most hits ever. Pete Rose.
Oh, I can't believe you didn't pick Tom Seaver.
Scott, are you in or out on this one?
I'm in the rest.
Okay.
No, you can. Hopkins sit out. We'll just rotate around the table. Everybody will sit out once.
Of all
Just keep
people.
talking.
Johnny Bench.
Sparky Anderson.
Look at you.
I'm going to go with the ultimate Cubs hater, Joe Morgan.
Rest
I
in
hate Joe
peace.
Morgan.
He hates the Cubs because he hated Ryan Sandberg.
He didn't he just
I
pass? He
hate
passed
Joe
this
Morgan.
year, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah, I
believe he
hate,
did. Yes.
and yeah,
Yes.
he should have died. I hate Joe Morgan.
Whoa!
All right, I'm out.
That's a hot take.
Wow.
That's a hot
I
take.
hated him.
So let's go with the Cardinals next, and let's see who's up here. Glenn.
I'll do the easy one. Pujols.
Willie.
Bob Gibson.
Bob Gibson. Okay. We got Joe Morgan on here. We got a Bonds. We have a Stargell. We have a Tony Pena. We have a Pete Rose. Clemente. Yes, we did say Clemente. I'm going to say. I'm sorry. What are the first two?
Pujols and Gibson.
I'm going to go Stan Musial as my pick. Hop.
George Sizzler.
Did he own Ponderosa? No. And go ahead, Eric. Throw one in.
Well, I was supposed to take Ken Oberkfell, but I'm going to take Ozzie Smith
How
because he
about
could do a whole flip.
another one. Lou Brock. Good
Brock.
one.
Right, yeah.
That's a good
Clayton.
one.
Clayton's dumping Jack Clark.
Jack Clark. How about? I mean, you got to give this guy a little love. How about McGuire? I mean,
Yeah.
Maguire.
And Jim
There's
Edmonds.
so
him,
many.
him and Sosa saved baseball.
Most memorable season, I think, for a lot of people.
There's a ton going back to '87.
McGee. Willie McGee was solid.
Vince Coleman.
Dizzy Dean.
Yeah, Dizzy Dean.
Dizzy Dean.
Yachty.
I mean, we haven't
Don't
even
like him, but Yachty Molina.
And yeah, I
Oh,
mean, he's
hey,
been there
and we
forever.
missed one of the greatest second basemen of all time, Hornsby.
No.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bruce Hornsby.
Yeah, he played. Yeah, Rogers Hornsby played with the.
What was the
Range.
name of the was it the Range? Bruce Hornsby in the Range?
yeah.
That's what he just said. Yeah.
Just
Oh,
like
I missed
the-
it. I don't know. I tried. I've
Yeah,
been
we don't-
tuning
we
in.
don't
a
So
lot.
listen to
let's
him,
move
mandolin range.
into the Brewers. The Brewers and Willie, go ahead, start up.
Yeah. If I didn't say Yount, I'd be a damn fool.
Well, then
So-
I'm gonna go with Molitor.
Yeah.
that was whatever you said. I was gonna say the opposite. So
Opposite,
best two, right there or close to it. Oh, you then go ahead.
I'm gonna go Yelich.
Ah, interesting. Okay,
I'm taking Raleigh fingers.
Oh, I like that.
you like mustache rides? That's
I
why.
love handlebar mustache on men. Hey, Willie.
That's all right. Let me work on this one for you a little bit.
Glenn,
Gorman Thomas.
Stormin Gorman. Anybody else? Did everybody get
I
one?
mean, you got Fielder.
I mean, you
Cecil
can,
Cooper.
you can throw out Gantner, Cooper, all those guys from the '82 to '85 teams.
What about Prince?
Prince.
I said that. Yeah.
Oh, did you say Prince? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can.
it's,
And the
it's become
Revolution.
Glenn's Mount Rushmore.
Oh, he thought. Hey, he thought you meant
Mount-
Cecil.
Did
He
you
thought
say-
you meant
Wait, wait.
Cecil,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
not
right.
Prince.
Well,
Well,
because he's a Detroit.
Is it Mount Glen Rushmore?
I was gonna say Mount Glenmore.
Anybody say Ben Sheets?
No,
You didn't like him?
Trevor Hoffman was
He was
named.
fine. Hoffman was good.
Yeah, Terry Pendleton's been thrown out here. Also,
Terry Pendleton, not
the Cardinals.
Oh, the Cardinals.
Yeah. Where I'm
Yeah.
just going reading what people
Yeah.
put.
There's one name that hasn't been said is just kind of hanging out there.
for the
Which one?
Brewers.
Yeah.
Braun.
Yeah, there you go.
How about Braun?
fuck
Yeah,
Braun.
Braun would be on there.
Yeah.
How about Don Sutton?
Yeah.
Pete
Hated him.
Vukovich.
Vuk.
How about Ted Simmons? Just because he was a crotchety old man.
Ted Simmons was good. He could have been on the Cardinals too.
Yeah.
He was
Good
good
call.
on the Cardinals too.
Okay, so our last team is the team to the south, Chicago Cubs, and I get to go first.
Yes,
I'm going to go with Ryan Sandberg. I picked him for the Phillies too, so I'm going Ryan Sandberg for this too. So I got to go with Ryan Sandberg. Hop?
Billy Williams.
Okay.
I'm going to take Theo Epstein. He brought us the World Series.
I like it. Good call. That's nice.
He didn't, but
He
did not play.
Santo. Fan favorite.
Is Hop going to be on next week?
Yes.
Okay, that's a week-to-week contract.
Week to week.
You know what? And
it's a 10-day.
And I heard he got a massage last week, so.
Oh, yeah. Happy ending.
We got Hack Wilson being thrown out here. Oh, I'm sorry. We're not done with the thing, so I'll throw him
No,
out
you
there.
got your
Willie?
honorable mention. I'll go with
You haven't even named yours.
no, but you said it.
Yeah, just go ahead. Yeah,
Okay,
throw one
okay,
out there.
okay,
Yeah,
all right.
throw one out there.
Greg Maddux.
Oh, yeah. Great call.
Ernie Banks.
Absolutely. Yes.
How about
Well,
Did it take us that long to get to Ernie Banks?
Hold on.
How-
I had him number one.
Somebody said Andre Dawson.
yes? How about Rizzo?
Hawk.
How about Rizzo?
Yeah, I love Riz.
Yeah.
I
Rizzo.
take Baez over Rizzo.
Well, I take them both.
And I'm just saying in general.
I think Rizzo's more consistent than Baez at this
They'd
point.
be great
to
on the
honest.
Cubs, both those guys.
Yeah, they would. Jim Lasko said.
if only they performed.
Jim
as well as you
Lasko
wanted them
said.
to.
Jim Lasko said Rob Deere.
Rob Deere.
Ernie Banks, Ron Santo, Hack Wilson's been Hack Wilson, obviously. Cam Crable says F the Brewers. So
Thank you, Cam.
Any other Cubs? You want to go back to
Mark Grace.
yeah, Grace would be a good one. How
Gracie
about
would be good.
how about Dunston? I put Dunston maybe.
Dunston
in there?
was
The
awesome.
Sean O'Meter.
Sean O'Meter, yeah. He's
Yeah.
Toronto.
the guy that would
No,
triple clutch the ball and get it over 100 miles an hour.
Carrie frickin' Wood.
I had him.
Mike
Yeah.
Carey Wood, yeah.
Michael Barrett.
How about for the
Michael
short
Barrett.
stint? How about Mark Pryor? I know it's tough
Yeah.
to say, but just that short stint they had.
Could have
That dude when he
been
got-
great.
That dude when he got rolled on by Marcus Giles.
Yeah.
That messed
How about Hesop Choi?
Oh, we could
All
go.
right.
We could go. all
Oh
day
yeah,
there.
we forgot Sosa.
Oh yeah,
No, we didn't.
Someone said
no,
Sosa.
no, we didn't.
People
Oh,
do.
he should be in there though.
Sean
He
O'Donnell.
honestly should be.
He really
Pe-
should.
He
People
should
do
be
forget him.
easily. There's no Sosa should be in there, no problem. Because like I said, him and McGuire, baseball used them to get back in the mainstream after the strike, and then they just said, "Okay, you guys are cheaters. Get out." Come on, man.
But
They were all
was-
cheaters.
But that was
And I could
after,
take
that was after '94 when they brought Ripken back. When Ripken had his game streak, that was the same thing, and then they brought it all back and they screwed it up again.
yeah.
And Ripken, you were trying to watch TV. Well, if you're a big baseball fan, you were trying to watch TV when Ripken was trying to break that streak, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're kind of.
Cut it all the
Sean O'Day said Lee Smith, and Cam
Solid.
said get the crossover with Aramis Ramirez for the Cubs and Brewers.
Oh, I want if I'm going to take
And the Pirates.
Yeah, yeah.
You could just take over the whole division with him.
Aramis. There we
Hey,
go.
in my-
We could go all day. How about the guy the great player that should have been Corey Patterson,
Rod Beck.
Yeah.
the five
Rod
tool
Beck.
I
player.
want Rod Beck.
Hey, moment of silence. Okay.
Oh, well.
So let's move into our poll question.
Hey, Sean, you're right. Everybody was cheating.
Our our fan poll question this week is going to be favorite venue, small concert venue, and who you saw there. So our fan polls. So Willie, you got any this week on yours? I know I had a couple.
I'm efforting right now as usual.
So let's start with Hop. Name a small venue and the band you saw there that was one of your coolest experiences.
Does it have to be band or concert?
Well, yeah.
I saw Garth Brooks play.
So wait a minute. Band or
I'm
concert?
confused on that as well.
Somebody needs to put the White Claws away.
Well, it's a small venue, and
Yeah, small. Where'd you see Garth Brooks?
You loved it.
Ames, Iowa.
So that was tiny.
It was Hilton. It was the Hilton Coliseum.
Okay.
Which is where they play basketball there. So it was legit.
Okay.
Tiny ass venue. Long drive.
How about you, Eric? You got any, or you got one on the top?
I
of your
didn't
head?
have I didn't have anybody on my Facebook. I didn't pay much attention to that. But I mean,
Okay.
for me, I don't remember all the people I saw at the Rave and Shank Hall, but those were great places. But recently, a couple of years ago, you took me to the Space in Evanston to see Will Hogue.
Oh
I
yeah,
thought
Space.
that's
Cool
a
place.
great. Yeah, that's a great. And Evanston's just a great town. and that's a cool little place to see, somebody like Will Hogue.
Brian Beth writes on here, Carthage College saw Dave Matthews and Tim Reynolds, and then also Brian Beth at the Pabst Theater saw Slash with Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators. Willie, you have any or no?
I've got one on here.
Throw it out there.
Tony Galliardo said Ludington City Park tribute to Jimmy Buffett in 2014.
Nice.
So
okay. Glenn, do you have any on top here or any on there?
None on Facebook.
Okay, but what's yours?
October 31st, 2001, Aragon Ballroom, Drowning Pool, and Disturbed. So Disturbed was presented with their gold record from their manager at that show. Being a Chicago band.
Cool. So I've got a couple on mine here too. Sally Hanks says at Fusion, she got to see Betsy 8 and the Well-Known Strangers. Betsy 8 a few years ago was on The Voice. Amber Louise said Shane Call is cool to name a band. I'm going to name the band for her. I'm going to go with, can't think of the band. They're
I thought you were going to name it.
They're from Virginia. I can't remember their name. I'll get it. Who's the band from Virginia? Someone tell me real quick. They go all over, blah, blah, blah.
The Virginians.
No. Okay, I'll think about it. Tom Auer said Cubby Bear, Social Distortion.
And
I've
seen people at the Cubby Bear too.
Ashley Lynn said ICP at the Miramar. Chano Perez said T.A. Verns, Milwaukee. So many great bands were there. That was a big place back in the day. My sister said, Mandy Holzer said Walmart in Iowa, the All-American Rejects. And Kyle Schmicky said 1175 Barn Grilly saw Tantric. So I got a couple on here. Clayton says Marilyn Manson with me. That was at the rave. Aragon Ballroom, Nirvana, Chris Klein saw. And Clayton also said Guar. I'm guessing that was at the rave also.
Guar.
He asked me to go see Guar. I said no. Sorry, Clayton. Willie, what's your
Shane Call Matthew Sweet.
Oh, cool.
Okay. I'm gonna go with
is it the Bash?
I'm gonna go. What was that?
The Bash? Is that no?
The Bash where?
You bands from Virginia. I'm just looking them up.
No, it's some dudes. I can't remember their name.
Dudes.
And I know the songs too. I saw them with them there, and they were pretty good.
Traveling Hillbillies.
No,
the Beatles.
It was All American Rejects.
They're from no. Anyway, I lost the rave. I would go with. I saw Limp Bizkit and Kid Rock there.
Oh, cool.
Another one, big one. Back in space, I went from Jenny, my wife, took me for my birthday. Saw Ed Kowalczyk from live there. He sang it was a 25th anniversary of Throwing Copper. He sang the whole album front to back.
Wow.
Plus some extras. So that was a cool concert. Any honorable mentions for you guys?
I'll go back to what we talked about last week. Bon Jovi, Skid Row, Met Center, first concert ever for me.
Okay.
It was a small little venue. It was a hockey arena. 13,000 people.
Okay.
I saw Dirk Bentley at the Admirals game before he was Dirk Bentley.
Well, that's a cool thing about the Admirals game that they do that stuff. And
I can't believe Scott didn't say Naughty by Nature that he saw.
No.
Belle Biv DeVoe. But those are small. That's not a small venue.
They were god awful too.
That's not a small venue though. That's all.
Where do you see him?
At halftime of the Bucks game.
That's a big venue.
I saw OAR at Carthage.
I saw someone at Carthage. It was a kid from Philip Phillips. I saw there. But I did
that one American Idol.
Yeah. But I did see
the one great album, and that was it.
Toledo's Gym, which is about the Toledo's Gym, the Rockets, in Ohio. I saw it's about as big as Carthage. I saw Pearl Jam there.
That's right.
Yeah,
we did that show where you played the song, the Wrigley Field song.
Oh yeah, sure. So I saw him there. So that was a cool show too. That was pretty cool. Anybody else?
What are you? I don't mean
Willie. Where did you see ELO?
Yeah. It was at a big venue.
Lawrence Welk.
I saw Joe Louis Arena.
What is your dream? Like who you would want to see in what venue? Like a small venue. Who you'd want to see?
I would like to see the Eagles at the Riverside up in Milwaukee.
Is the Riverside a small venue?
But all of them are dead.
So
still whatever. This is where hypothetical.
The Jalen Hurts Eagles or Carson Wentz Eagles? Oh, we're not talking about the same thing. Sorry.
Well, it's like sometimes people and this happened years ago. You'd be in Dublin and you'd be in some little pub or something, and you two would just show up and play.
Right? Yeah.
Awesome. And just with 50 people in there. Like,
how much money do you have that you're just in Dublin and you're like looking at U2?
I'm just saying that they would randomly just show up and play in pubs.
Cam Carabel said the Roots at the House of Blues, hour-long intermission drum solo by Questlove, he said.
Wow.
So
Nice.
go ahead.
Nice
yeah,
Cam.
I'll answer Eric's question.
House
I'd
of
to
Blues is
see,
a good
like,
venue.
Motley Crue at like the Rainbow Room or
that'd
the
be
Whiskey
cool.
or
Yeah.
any
Oh,
hair metal band
you're
that
talking.
era.
You're talking about anything on Sunset Strip.
Yes.
Yeah, just
You
pick
would
a
love.
small
You would
venue.
love,
Any of that
you would
era.
love to pick anybody on Sunset Strip when they were legit
Yeah.
80s
Yeah.
hair bands.
Poison,
and
Guns N' Roses.
yeah, just pick,
yeah.
just
Well,
pick 'em all.
the Doors
Right.
played there, like the Whiskey a Go Go. The Doors would play. I mean, not that.
I
Just
would
I'm
love
just
to
saying.
see I would have loved to see
Yeah.
the Doors too.
All
I
right,
mean,
so
they're
if
kinda
we're
iconic,
if we're
yeah.
gonna talk dead people, Prince First Avenue.
yeah,
Oh,
in-
yeah.
First Avenue. I stayed
absolutely.
right by there every time I go to for
That would
trade
be
shows.
cool.
Amen.
I mean, from there.
I would say Bon Jovi somewhere small, probably. I don't know where.
Somewhere in Jersey.
Where did he
Wherever.
play? Where did he start up?
Jersey.
They played.
I know.
Yeah,
Jersey.
but they played a lot in
Legit,
LA
like,
too.
I'm
They
asking.
played the same places.
Sure.
On the Sunset Strip and stuff. They did all that.
There's
stuff.
something special about seeing them like in their hometown area. They kind of put on a different show then.
Yeah. Yeah. Willie, anybody? Small venue.
The
that you
Beatles
like?
in Liverpool.
He's like Eminem on 8 Mile
No,
Road.
modern day Romeos and Austins.
B Rabbit in that
They were fun.
warehouse.
They're fun to
Awesome, that
watch.
was fun.
Fun to watch.
Sean
Good
O'Day
time.
says Dropkick Murphys at Red Rock.
Oh,
Nice, Sean.
But Red Rock's a big. That's a big place.
Cam
Yep.
Kirby said Red Rock is sick.
But
I would love to go to Red Rock.
yeah.
Oh God.
No,
As
guys,
long
so,
as it's not Dave Matthews Band, I'm good.
Nathan Ratliff. I know a buddy was there and saw them at Red Rocks. It was just amazing.
I wish I knew the name of that band. It's really bugging me. Jenny knows it. Tell me, Jenny, if you're listening still. The band from that band we
Tell me
saw,
if you're
Shane
not
Call
asleep.
with Amber and Ed, and we never saw them, but they were really good. We liked
Were
them
they
a
the
lot.
band that where you first discovered Will Hogue?
No, that was Shine Down.
Shine
Down.
Down.
Yeah, that was a cool show. Shine Down at the Riverside Unplugged, kind of. That was awesome. That was a great show.
Yeah,
too.
I don't consider Riverside a small venue though.
But it is.
I saw Eddie Vedder at Chicago Theater.
Because I went. Yeah.
Well, would you consider Alpine a small venue?
No,
Small venue?
No, it's
No,
a large
hell no.
It's
venue.
an amphitheater.
I was just thinking more of that, like
But
like a
but
bar
it's
type
more
of thing.
intimate, but yeah, I mean, I
Shank
is,
Hall
but-
is Shank Hall is small.
I would go with her. They're small.
I was debating about the Rave being a small venue, but
yeah, that's
Eagles Ballroom.
yeah, Eagles Ball.
I've
Depends
never
what level
been
you're
to
on.
either one.
Yeah.
You never been to that place?
Oh, it's cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's
It's a cool place to see bands, though. It really is.
There's plenty of places to see bands in every town, and you just don't get to see them.
well, not during COVID.
Pre-COVID.
Chris Klein
Yeah,
said he would love to
that's what we're
see
talking about.
Ramones at the CBGBs. So,
There we go.
so what do we got here? Let's talk about this fella. He passed away today, at the age of 86. One of the greatest in the NBA, Elgin Baylor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, passed away today. Natural causes. One of the originals, Laker. Just a great NBA player.
Let's say Lakers, Minneapolis Lakers.
Yeah, well, and the LA.
Not LA,
Lakers.
but he was.
Yeah,
played
but he
with
moved to LA. Yeah,
Minneapolis.
yeah.
Yep.
We'll go with LA though.
So maybe
He's
he
flashier.
he could lead us to
it's
a snake draft at some point. Greatest power forwards, because he's considered one of the greater power forwards, right? Or small forward.
Shit, Eric, what are you talking about? He was maybe 6'8", and might not be. He was power forward when he played.
He might have been a power forward
think
though.
he
at that-
was.
that
Yeah, he was
day
when
and
he played,
age,
but
yeah.
now he might not be.
Yeah,
Got a little stat about him.
Oh, all right, Willie stats.
There you go. Got a little stat about him. He was one of 4 players in NBA history to average 25 points per game and 10 rebounds per game. In his career, only 2 players in NBA history averaged more PPG, points per game, than Baylor. Who are they?
What was the stat?
Répétez, s'il vous plaît.
Say again though.
Okay, so Baylor remains one of 4 players in NBA history to average 25 points per game and 10 rebounds per game in his career. Only 2 players in NBA history average more points per game than Baylor. Who are they?
In the history of the NBA,
Hakeem.
Wilt is one of them.
Right, Wilt?
and isn't it what's his name?
I would say
the guy that had the
Hakeem.
heart attack, Pete Maravich.
Pete Maravich didn't rebound.
No, he's just points.
He's just talking about the point.
I'm
Oh, he
just
said-
read the
oh,
stat here. So
I'm just going by points.
I'm
maybe it's
sorry, he
maybe
said-
it's points
he
per
said
game.
Mike-
points per
Michael
game.
Jordan?
Yeah, Michael Jordan.
Oh,
There we
okay,
go.
yeah. Because
He said
Jordan.
2 things though.
No, no,
said
no, he
rebounds,
he
though.
led
I did
us,
say
and
2 at
then
the
he-
top.
Yeah, but Maravich averaged more than 25 points a game.
Pistol Pete.
Yeah, in his career. He was like close to 40, I think.
He's
I don't know.
dead too.
I don't know. I don't know.
Blame ESPN stats and info.
Well, they're too worried trying to set up football. No, they're not worried about basketball anymore.
Cameron said Oscar, but he's wrong, obviously. No.
Sean O'Day, good shout out to Lincoln Park.
Yeah, Lincoln Park's good band. Another guy.
Give me a venue. Come on, Sean. Venue.
It doesn't matter.
In his garage.
That was the question.
In his garage at a picnic.
Favorite small venue.
Sean O'Day might get Lincoln Park in his garage.
I want to see Lincoln Park play in Lincoln Park.
How about Bon Jovi in my garage for my picnic?
See, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere.
That's a small venue, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you got MDR, so you're good.
We'll set him up on the island in the cul-de-sac.
So let's talk a little bit.
Selfish.
Let's talk a little free agency here. NFL. We moved into week 3 of it, kind of. I think 3, 4, whatever they're into. Any big signings top of your head you can think of?
Will Fuller, Miami.
Besides Andy Dalton to Chicago.
We'll talk about that in a second. I believe the weird one is Fuller getting cut, and then Denver just swiped him up in a second. 1 year, $9 million, which I thought was crazy. That was fast and quick.
Kenny Galladay got a big deal.
Galladay, 4 years, 76, I believe it was. The weird thing about I wanted to bring this up because I did ask a friend of the show Heggs about this, and I said, why wouldn't the Packers make it run it for 1 year, $9 million for Kyle Fuller? It sounds too. I don't know. I know they still got Lindsey out there. They haven't signed him or anything, and nobody signed him. I think he's still free, correct?
Ooh, Corey Lindsey?
Yeah,
he signed with the Chargers.
No,
I'm sorry, right away.
That's
Yeah,
a big contract.
He's out.
So he said they didn't have the money to sign him. So I don't know.
Well, they're right at.
They must not have a quarterback that'll give any contract money back like other teams do. That's weird. Tom Brady did it.
Leading the witness.
No, someone else did it though. Some other quarterback did it recently. I'm not just making fun of.
Mahomes just
Mahomes re-upped. Yeah, after they cut both tackles, though, that was kind of weird. And then I read an article today. Well, they're doing great. They're doing great. The Chiefs. And I'm like, they lost both their tackles. I know. Eric Fisher might have been long because he tore his Achilles, but Schwartz, he was Schwartz made a Schwartz with you. So the only reason I want to talk about Andy Dalton, so I can put this picture up because his pictures are awesome, man. Look at that redhead.
That's a beautiful ginger right there.
John Sciambi.
So yeah, there you go. New Cup announcer. Good segue from the out of I don't know.
I wasn't trying to segue in anything, but
so Andy Dalton comes to Chicago, 1 year, $10 million deal. The only thing that bothers me about this whole thing is that could have me last year for 1 year, $3 million. Now kind of lost a draft pick. It's kind of weird. They cut Kyle Fuller, let Hakeem Nicks look for a trade, but doesn't look like he's leaving. Players are mad about what the Bears are doing. It is funny though. Galladay visited and Allen Robinson signed his franchise tag. Yeah. Huh, that's interesting. I don't know what you guys think about Andy Dalton, but I'm gonna say this: I think Andy Dalton is not any different than what they had. I think he's a little bit accuracy, but he's gonna move the same. All that. I just don't know what their plan is. I have no idea.
And he's promised the starting job.
Well, I think it's weird that reporters have to ask that because when you give a guy a 1 year, $10 million deal, he's not a backup. That's just.
But Nick Foles is still there.
Nick Foles is like a $5 million guy. But I think they showed the deals, and I want to say the cap hits are actually 5 and 6 because after everything that goes on, I don't know how the math in NFL is. That's what they're doing. So I just think the sign is last year would have been fine. This year, it's nothing wrong with the money, man. I don't get it in this short year. So yeah, Sean O'Day says Lincoln Park at the Rotary. I like it.
It wasn't at the Rotary.
No, but that's where he wants to see him at the Rotary.
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah,
Sean. Thank you, Sean.
It's going to be done for 2 years, but
so we'll talk about Andy Dalton. Anybody have any? And opinions about it? And what do you guys think about the whole move or any other moves you want to talk about that you've seen this week? Galladay was brought up.
Do you have Nelson Muntz's haha from The Simpsons?
Oh no, I don't.
Okay. That's how I feel about Andy Dalton right now.
Okay.
And I don't have the greatest quarterback
just
for my
Bears
team
in general,
either.
yeah.
But it's whatever. Like the NFC is for the Packers taking, and if your team doesn't take care of it, I'm speaking specifically to you, Eric.
Because I'm in charge of it.
You own it. You own it. You own it on the show.
I guess Ed's not Ed's not really the greatest Packer fan in the world. He's kind of
it's fine. You own it on the show.
What do you want me to comment on about Andy Dalton? Andy Dalton
or any other pickups this year.
It's terrible.
The Galladay one's a head scratch. I guess, I mean, it's a big contract for him. Does Galladay make the Giants better? I mean, with Daniel Jones,
they're gonna have a good offense because they have Shelly Shepard back. They're gonna have they got the tight end, the kid they have a couple years. What's his name?
They signed Rudolph too.
Talk about a division ripe for the taking.
Yeah, and their defense was decent last year.
You could go with 7-9 and win that division. And they were I thought they were a 6. No, they Redskins won it.
Yeah, Redskins.
That was a 6. They were 6-10. Yeah, so the Giants are right there. The Giants are a game or two better now.
I think that division gets better this year. Obviously.
Well, Barkley was not. He was out most of the year.
And you have Prescott back too this year. Obviously, makes Dallas better.
Yeah.
Still, Cam Crable said he'd rather have Mitch and Kyle Fuller. I you know what? I just be honest. I think Dalton's better than Mitch Trubisky, but he's not. When I say that, it's not like I'm stamping my approval on this. Like it's gonna. No, I think Danny Dalton is a better pro quarterback. Mitch Trubisky, and I don't know if Nagy and them ruined him. I don't know what happened there. I still think there's too much control in the front office there. I think when they say, well, we're going to sit down and talk to Ed and Ted and we're going to decide about the quarterback. Ryan Pace not to sit down with nobody. He's general manager. That's his job to make decisions. He should live and die by his decision. Nagy and Pace are going to lose credibility in the NFL because of the ownership of the Bears. That's what the problem is. That's the problem is.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
you can, and people say, no, it's Nagy has, trust me, Nagy has the right offense, the right people. It's about, I've said this many times. Jimmy John said it perfect. It's not about X's and O's. It's about the Jimmys and Joes. That's what it's about, man. It has nothing to do with, their Bears defense was terrible for 4 or 5 years. They got good all of a sudden. How great was the Denver defense for Fangio last year? They were okay, but they had no Von Miller. They were missing guys. I mean, when Fangio has great players, Wade Phillips has great players. They coach great. Perfect example, Matt LaFleur, 26th right offense, Tennessee, comes to Green Bay. Oh, look, I got Aaron Rodgers. Now I'm great.
Yeah, that helps.
Now I'm a genius.
I'm a damn genius.
Now, great hire. I mean, their offense is basically the same as it was with McCarthy last year. It's throw the ball, run once in a while. But they were dynamic. Don't get me wrong. They were good. But it's all about who you have on the field. And when you keep crap on the field and you allow the people up top to go, Ed McCaskey is Jerry Jones with a microphone from him. Same guy. He's running the team, and that's what's happening. That's plain and simple. And I hate it. Sucks. Not that I'm praising Pace or praising Nagy, but Pace has made moves to make the team better. He's tried, but it just hasn't worked out. It just hasn't worked in spots. It really is.
And what else was he supposed to do this year?
Yeah, you sit there. I mean, you know what people are saying? Just kept Foles and ride the wave. But you know what? You saw what Foles did, and it didn't help. But the line wasn't playing great then. I don't know. Once again, it's.
But having another guy in the mix,
it helps competition.
It could be a good thing for Foles. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe Foles. Who knows? And maybe the plan is to do something with Dalton. Maybe to trade at the draft. They've been talking about that. He's just a chip to move up. Or now I'm guessing Watson's off the table. I hope they don't get involved with that at all.
What kind of table?
I mean Russell Wilson, but I think Russell Wilson, like we talked about, that's why teams are waiting sometimes because you can offer more draft picks on draft day because the new league year begins kind of with that, and you can offer an extra. I just hope the Bears don't give out 4 first rounds for Russell Wilson. I don't know. I don't know. But Cam Carroll, Andy Dalton is nothing better than what we have. It's a below average move. I am completely underwhelmed. Chicago play calling is the biggest problem, Sean O'Day says. So, but once again, I believe if Nagy had the right players, I don't think it's play calling. I just think, I don't know, whatever. Like I said, I don't know. I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss. And it's like Hop said, the division is not very good.
Hey, Sean O'Day
except for the Packers.
Sean O'Day is echoing the same thing that Vikings fans are echoing.
Yeah. Well, and Sean O'Day says the O-line's terrible, but the O-line did play better. I mean, remember, David Montgomery ended up the 3rd best rusher in the league. I mean, he was averaging like 40 yards a game through their first 6-7 games, and all of a sudden the line started playing better. It was like too late.
Okay, so he's talking about the O-line being terrible. Vikings, Delvin Cook, Thielen, Jefferson.
Yeah. Well, they just lost. They just lose? The lineman they just lost.
Don't worry about it right now.
No, what's his name, though?
I'm talking about last year. So, Cousins turtled all the time. Under pressure.
Prairie dogging it.
Yeah, he was. He basically did it. But, no, they lost Riley Reef.
Riley. Yeah, yep.
So, he's right. You got to be around the right offensive line, and that's how it works. Like Sean's right.
So some of the free agents are to the left right now. I'm as of when I got this today, Melvin Ingram, who is the biggest one left. He's a great pass rusher. You have Villanueva, the tackle from Steelers. You have Clowney still out there. Sammy Watkins, Eric Wilson, linebacker from the Vikings. You have Kevin King, who's out there still.
Good luck with that.
Austin Ritter, center from the Chiefs. T.Y. Hilton, a little older, but for teams that are ready to win, maybe kick the tires at him. I don't think it'd be a bad idea for T.Y. Hilton, speed guy. Deshaun Jackson side today. So mine who he signed with. I keep seeing these things, but I don't remember. I'm getting old, man. Oh, the Rams. He signed with the Rams.
Oh, Stafford.
Yep. Russell Okung still out there, and so is Richard Sherman, who the Packers have been they've been talked about Sherman a little bit.
No, why not?
Yeah, I mean, for Kyle Fuller, I thought would be good, but it is what it is.
Dolphins got Will Fuller and Jacoby Brissett.
The problem with the Packers is not the problem, but the Packers are just going to go draft someone and take. They're going to figure it out. They'll try to.
I'm sorry, Scott. I was talking.
No, that's fine.
Juju stayed with the.
Steelers and took
for
less
money.
Less. Could have gone to Ravens,
Which is odd for him. He's such
or
a
Kansas City
first guy.
I like Raven. I like.
You like Juju?
Yeah,
I
do. After that move, I like him even more, just because he took less to. I mean, I don't know. I mean, could have gone to Ravens.
Sure,
whatever. I guess I don't know.
Plenty of people can go wherever.
So, any random thoughts this week? Anybody? Eric?
I don't have. I mean, all my thoughts are random. I was just earlier before on my way here, I was thinking about the NCAA tournament, and it's kind of like the why not us mentality right now, and Oral Roberts and Loyola Chicago. What were you going to say, Oral? and they gotta have a lot of confidence right now as they're seeing what's going on. And is it because these big programs are bringing guys in, and it's all about, hey, I'll get you to the next level, and it's not so much about selling like the Kentuckys and North Carolinas and those places selling on the tradition. They're not selling on that. They're selling now on, I'll get you to the next step. I'll make you an NBA player. And we saw it with the guy from Illinois, where it's kind of like the me first and not able to getting beat by better teams, team ball, And so why Oral Roberts?
That's what she said.
Loyola Chicago. They got to feel confident, and they got to feel like, why not us in this, the way things are going right now? Why not us? Why can we not? How can we not have confidence to win this whole thing?
I agree.
Quick update. Michigan's going to be the last Big Ten team standing.
Maryland's getting
Alabama is shaking the shit out of
final right now, 96-77.
Okay.
So, and then everybody. We're worried about Kevin Rash right now because
it's only halftime.
It's only halftime.
Down.
He's a Kansas guy.
He's 40-21.
He loves.
Oh my
Kansas.
gosh! Who are they playing again?
USC.
Another
Pac-12.
Pac-12.
Yeah, they're down this year. The Pac-12 is down. I mean, why? Yeah. Crazy.
You're listening to the Basement Benchwarmers podcast. Check us out on Facebook at Basement Benchwarmers, also on Instagram at Basement Benchwarmers, and on Twitter at Base Benchwarmers, and our email is basementbenchwarmers@gmail.com. So we're gonna get out of here in a minute. Let's do what we usually do. Any closing thoughts, Marty? We'll start with Hop. Any closing thoughts, Hop?
I thought we started with Eric.
No, it's you.
No, I'm just happy to get out, and the weather's nice, and now it's golf season. So, who wants to golf?
I love
every
golf.
day of the damn week. I'll golf.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about time. Yeah, I mean, I love golf, but you gotta just find.
Just like Hootie said.
Oh, I'm sorry. The problem is
it's not on my side.
The problem is you have kids.
Yeah, too many.
Sorry.
And I gotta take. I got Logan.
You got little
Logan.
I got Logan,
and he's a golfer. I gotta take him. I gotta take him golfing.
Wow, he's talented.
Yeah, I take little Logan everywhere I go.
Little man Logan.
So
have somebody to wash your balls.
Oh.
Wow. This is going way too far.
Anything else?
And coming from a guy like Willie, that's where it's just,
yeah.
No, I mean, my closing statement is just I'm looking forward to the spring, and what did I say? I was only a 4 or 5 on the MLB meter. I mean, I'm looking forward to baseball. I hope to hell I could go to some games this year.
You only said it on. I feel like you only said it on the Cubs, though.
No, I just said it in general.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm all in. I can't wait.
I love going to baseball games. I mean,
next Thursday it starts up.
Well, it's 100% hop. So it's been a great hop hour. Glenn?
Yeah, I'm game for golf. I don't golf, as these guys know. I am not a golfer, but I'll go golfing. So I'll take your invite anytime because I have kids, but they're all older now.
Do you like to play Cube?
I've never played Cube. I missed the day he had it over here.
Just me and Willie played, and Jace I think was out there with us.
Right, yeah.
Although on Ridiculousness, they do show a Cube video where the stick bounces up and jabs a guy in the groin, like almost weekly.
Why have we not seen this video?
And
how have we not seen that? And I watch Ridiculousness like every day of the week.
I'm sure Scott will find this and make this available to us next week for sure.
Yeah, I may see it.
Hey, falling down is it's an in thing these days.
Right. Fail.
I was just filling in for Ed.
I know you were.
Up the stairs.
Yeah.
Willie.
Hey, I'm fired up for the one Big Ten team left.
Yeah. Hail.
And then as everybody was talking about, Cube is just around the corner. It's getting dry enough where I'm going to have to break it out. And
feels like Cube season.
Dry it up and break it up. Is that what you're going to?
That's what she said.
I'm going to dry it off and break it out.
There you go. Dry it up, break it out.
Hey, Cameron wants to play golf too. He played pets yesterday.
Nice.
I played today, Cam, so it was awesome.
I played the other day. I shot 69.
We have to have a Benchwarmers Open. What do you think?
Yeah, we might have to do a Benchwarmers Open.
Yes,
Hey,
let's
wait.
do this.
How do we not do the recap of where you guys are in the standings?
Nobody's doing very good. So all right, but I will say
Actually,
our group
the
Benchwarmers group
high.
one is we're in third or fourth. So
I'm number 2 and number 3.
oh, you had Illinois as the winner. So
Right, but
yeah.
I still got enough points.
It's gonna drop like a lead balloon.
I know. I have Gonzaga in 1.
Oh, okay.
You better say a prayer.
Yeah.
Say a prayer for me forever
Or
and ever.
Wow, let's
Sing
close the
Living
show
on a
with
Prayer.
that.
Just sing us out. You gonna sing us out?
Sing us out.
So that's it for this week. Thanks for checking in with us. We are the Basement Benchwarmers. So for Ed, Eric, Glenn, Willie, and special guest Hop.
He's special.
He's
R.I.P. Red.
We are the Basement Benchwarmers podcast. Don't forget check us out on Monday nights around 7:30 live. We'll be here next week, but we're gonna be off next week for spring break, so we won't be around. We're gonna skip the Mount Rushmore next week, and we'll start a new Mount Rushmore up the week after we get back. So we'll have more going next week. More, I'm sure, free agency talk. The tournament will be rolling on. We'll have a couple. We'll be in the Elite 8 Monday and Tuesday next week. And
MLB previews.
MLB reviews. We can start talking about MLB. Yeah, the MLB preview will be next week. And we'll talk about our picks. We will talk about our picks for the Major League winners of each division, and we'll talk about our winners of maybe some MVP and different awards of the league. So, with that, we are the Basement Benchwarmers. Stay classy, Wisconsin.